Good evening, everyone. I am Vijaya Kumari from Agri SAARTHI Society. Natural farming is an eco-friendly method of agriculture that works in harmony with nature. It avoids the use of chemical fertilizers, pesticides, and genetically modified inputs. Instead of it, uses the natural resources like cow-based bio inputs, compost, green manure, crop diversity, and beneficial microorganisms to maintain the soil fertility and plant health. Natural farming mainly improves soil health, reduces the input cost, produces the safe and nutritious food, and supports the sustainable livelihood and long-term agriculture sustainability. In today's context, the climate change, soil degradation, and aging the health concern, natural farming offers a sustainable and the viable solution for a future agriculture. With this foundation, we started our training program with natural farming yesterday, which is entitled with impact and potential of a natural farming, which is dealt by eminent speaker Padma Shri Dr. Hari Om sir. He gave a detailed explanation about natural farming, its objectives, differences between natural farming and organic farming, inputs used in both the farming, insects and pest control, etc. In a natural farming, soil health is the key driver of the crop productivity and sustainability. A healthy soil is a lively system rich in beneficial microorganisms that play a crucial role in nutrient cycling, organic matter decomposition, and a plant growth promotion. Microbes such as bacteria, fungi, actinomycetes improve soil structure, enhances the nutrient availability. Therefore, today we will learn in detail about soil health and microbial activities in natural farming. I will not go into the details of this topic now. We are fortunate to have with us a very experienced resource person, Dr. The Baljeet Singh Saharan sir, who will now share detailed insights and a complete information on soil health and microbial activities in natural farming. Now, I request my friend Rohit to give a summarized introduction about the guest speaker.
Thank you, ma'am. It's my immense pleasure to introduce our today's speaker, Dr. Baljeet Singh Saharan sir. At present, sir is working as a principal scientist and senior coordinator of Kushi Vignana Kendra Kurukshetra. And also, sir is appointed as Chancellor nominee by Governor of Gujarat and Maharashtra. Sir was officer in charge of Center of Biofertilizer Production and Technology in Department of Microbiology, CCS Haryana Agriculture University, Hisar. In the year 2021, Sir was awarded with the prestigious Louis Pasteur Award for his contribution in the field of microbiology and sustainable agriculture. As an international scientist and expert, Sir supported capacity building and knowledge transfer on sustainable agriculture and food systems in various countries like Germany, UK, USA, and Switzerland. Also, Sir is the member of committee constituted by Indian Council of Agriculture Research for developing course curricula for undergraduate and postgraduate level, and also for the validation of results of natural farming, zero budget natural farming, and conventional farming. Sir has published more than 100 research papers, 3 books, and other manuals. And also, Sir guided 21 PhD students and 50 MSc students. Now, Sir has been heading the project on natural farming in the university to develop a package of practices on various cropping-based natural farming systems. We are truly honored to have such a great scientist with us. With all respect, now I request Dr. Baljeet Singh Saharan sir to share your valuable thoughts and experience with us. Sir, please.
Thank you, Rohit. So first of all, thank you very much to Sarthi, especially Ajay Kasana and Vijay Kumari, Rohit, and the whole team. And this is a very good platform for our students and scientists, farmers, and so this is a very good platform. So I congratulate Mr. Ajay. The thing is, this is a very good series of lectures. So yesterday, I think Dr. Hariom was there, and this was a very good opportunity to our students, our scientists, and our trainees. So today, I will discuss other aspect of the natural farming, that is the role of microbes, basically. So natural farming, this is a practice. So normally, different practices are in use. You can see different agronomical practices and different names of agricultures. For example, earlier it was chemical farming. Then we were having this organic farming. Now we are having natural farming. So main thing is to understand the concept. Why we go for natural farming? What is natural farming? And what exactly the natural farming means? And what kind of challenges and how the country is moving forward, because this is the time when we are in the era of national mission on natural farming. Okay. So see this word, dear friends. The thing is, biodiversity is very, very important. Sometimes we talk of monoculture or monocropping. That is very dangerous. If all type of plants are there, different type of plants are there, then it leads to the prosperity. Different type of people are there, it leads to prosperity. If only one type of people are there, think of only doctors are there, or think of only advocates are there, or only scientists are there, other components of the society are not there, the society will not be enriched. The overall society's stability depends on the different type of the people, different components. So in this word, also in the word of microbiology, you will see different type of microorganisms are there. If we are having many type of plants in the soil, it means many type of plant in our field, it means different type of microorganisms they are present, and all type of microorganisms they are required. So basically, how they play role in natural farming and what exactly is the natural farming, that is the very, very important. So first thing is to understand what exactly is natural farming. So if we see some aspects, some hard facts, that basically why we are going for natural farming, what exactly this concept is. So first thing is, nature is the best role model for farming. So we can say, because nature supports stability, everything which is stable. Nature loves symmetry, everything which is in symmetrical form. So if we see that we are in accordance with the nature, everything is okay. If the thing is not in accordance with the nature, it is very difficult to survive. So if we see any model of the nature, that is perfect model. If we see we are against the nature, that model is not going for sustainability. So first thing is to understand that nature, that is a supreme power, and if we follow the rules of nature, that is very, very important. And the thing is very important in case of our field also, our farming also, our in our farm also. So the first concept, that is nature is the best role model for farming, we have to think about this. Second thing is desi cow. So why we are talking about desi cow? Because desi cow, this is the cow has adapted towards the environment of the India. Cow, we call it mother, because mother. This is the word we use for our mother who brought us on this earth. So desi cow, if we talk of its cow dung, if we talk of cow urine, that cow urine is different from the urine of the other animals. If we talk of cow dung, that dung is different from the dung of the other animals. The metabolites, the microbial count, the quality of microbes, quantity of microorganisms, and the smell, and its how it attracts earthworms, how it helps plants. Many differences you can see at different levels, different type of metabolites. And if we talk of urine, then urine, this is very good source of nitrogen. That urine is also having the enzyme, that is the lysozyme, which is having antimicrobial activity. Third point is earthworm. Earthworms and microbes, they play a role in improving of the soil. Earthworm, that is very good creature. Earthworm is a very good engineer. It causes biotillage. He is good friend of a farmer. If number of earthworms are more in our soil, it indicates that our soil is very good. Number of earthworm is more, it means number of microorganisms is also very, very important. And that number, the quality and quantity of microorganisms present in that soil, that is also very good. So these are the parameters that we are following the natural rule. We are going for desi cows, cow dung and urine. We are looking after earthworms and microorganisms in our soil, enrichment of microorganisms. It means that we are going for, we are following different components of natural farming. No expenditure on chemical fertilizer and pesticides. We are avoiding chemical fertilizers. We are avoiding pesticides. Chemical fertilizers, different type of chemicals like urea, etc. for NPK. Pesticide, different type of pesticides, insecticides, weedicides, etc. which are the poisons. We are not using these in our soil. So it means we are following the natural farming. Mulching with crop residues and utilization of farm bio waste. The important thing is we are going for mulching. We are covering the soil with the different agro residues. We are covering the soil with live mulch, like maybe weed, maybe grass, maybe different type of crops, or maybe we are going for other strategies like intercropping, etc. Normally, we are covering the crop in all seasons. 360 means all the times the earthworm, everything they are doing their activities, because the earth is not exposed directly to the sunlight. Maximum crop diversity, more the number of different type of microorganisms, more the number of different type of plants, different type of birds, everything in our farm we can see. It means there is a diversity. And if we are talking about living organisms, animals, plants, microorganisms, that is the biodiversity. And that diversity is very, very important, along with the diversity of the crop. So everything, if we are having the crop diversity, it means we are also having the diversity of the microorganisms, diversity of the other creatures or living beings also. We are going for intercropping of crops in a particular field, in particular area. We are also going for growing different type of crops as a intercropping or mixed cropping. Homemade formulations we are using. The main purpose of the natural farming is to reduce the input cost, because sometimes the cost of different inputs is very, very high. Even the farmer is selling and having price nearby 40,000, but the input cost is nearby 25,000 or 30,000. So the farmer benefit is only 10,000. But in case of natural farming, if input cost is only 5 to 7,000, even if he is earning 30,000, so the difference is 23,000. That is very, very important in case of natural farming. Different type of formulations, farmer own farm, they are being prepared by our farmer, like Jivamrit, Ghanjivamrit, Nemastra, Brahmastra, Dasparni Ark, Agni Astra, Shonthastra, Khatti Lassi, etc. These are very important formulations. In for human being, for our food, we are preparing sabzi, roti, dal, dahi, curd, etc. Likewise, we are preparing these formulations for plant nutrition as well as plant protection aspect also. And another thing is the WAPSA. We are creating WAPSA. WAPSA is the condition in our field where 50% air, 50% water. If this condition is created, this is the best suitable condition. This is the best condition where the plant uptake of nutrients by plant is maximum. That's why it's important that WAPSA creation should be in our field. In our field, we are looking for earthworm, we are looking for WAPSA, we are looking for crop diversity, we are preparing different type of bioformulations, we are having desi cow, and we follow the rule of nature. It means we are going for the natural farming. This is the natural farming. Then everything is okay, sound is okay, slides are
जी
okay.
डॉक्टर साहब जी जी
Very
डॉक्टर साहब
good, good. The people who are waiting, they are disturbing.
डॉक्टर साहब उनको ऐड करते जा रहे हैं, कोई दिक्कत
अच्छा,
नहीं है।
add कर, very good. That's good. That's good. Okay. So when we are going for natural farming, so what kind of processes are taking place inside our farm? So these processes, they are in intact form. These processes, they are being followed, and everything is in order. If we talk of nutrient cycling, all the nutrients, there is proper cycling of the nutrients. It means the availability of the nutrients to the plant is okay, availability of the nutrients to the microorganisms is okay, availability to the different type of animals like earthworm, etc. So nutrient cycling is proper. It means we are going for natural farming. Disease suppression is there. If we are following natural farming, then we see only one community is not dominating. Different type of communities they come, different type of microorganisms they come, different type of insect they come, different type of other animals including earthworm, their number increases or decreases with the temperature, with moisture, with humidity, with nature of the crop, etc. So you see that there is no dominance of any particular pathogen. That's why disease suppression is there. Soil structure is also very good. If in a particular area, if we are going for natural farming, then soil structure and its properties, physical, chemical, biological properties, they are in appropriate proportion. Everything is okay. Then it means the natural farming, the organic carbon, percent organic carbon is also increasing. Waste decomposition is there. Different type of agro residues we are incorporating inside the soil. We are going for mulching also. So mulching also, slowly and slowly there is a decomposition of the mulching, and this mulch is being added in the soil in the form of the concept of slow release of nutrients is there. Bioremediation, this is the process where contaminants, different type of residues of insecticide, pesticide, or different recalcitrant compounds, they are broken down, and with the help of the different plants, with the help of the different organisms, that process is bioremediation. That may be rhizoremediation, that is with the help of the roots and microflora. That may be mycoremediation, that is with the help of the fungi associated by the rhizosphere. So different type of plants phytoremediation. So that process includes everything, and that is the bioremediation of different contaminated compounds. Resilience to stress. If we are following natural farming, then our plant is very strong, its immunity is very good, and systemic induced resistance is very good, and acquired resistance is very good, and the plant can tolerate any kind of the stress, that may be biotic stress or abiotic stress. Biological nitrogen fixation is there. In the atmosphere, 78% nitrogen is there, that is being converted into nitrate, nitrite, ammonia, etc., with the help of the microorganisms. And these microorganisms, they are associated in the with the roots, with plant parts like leaves also. So that is rhizo and phyllospheres. Plant growth promotions, directly, indirectly, different type of microorganisms, they are having a different type of hormones also. So these hormones, they directly or indirectly affect this plant growth promotion. Different type of diseases are suppressed, that also indirectly relates to the plant growth promotion. Different type of microorganisms, their death due to variations in the atmosphere, that releases organic carbon. And if the level of organic carbon is good, the growth of the plant is also very good. Biological pest control is there. There are natural enemies, different type of microorganisms, they are also having antagonism activity, synergism also. So different fungi, they control bacteria, and bacteria, they control fungi. Actinomyces, they also produce antibiotics, they control bacteria, they control fungi also. So there is no dominance of the any microorganisms or any pathogen. Biofertilizers, different biofertilizers for nitrogen, phosphate solubilizing bacteria, different type mineralization of nutrients like trace elements, copper, boron, etc., their solubilization. So then those type of microorganisms, they are associated with the root of the plants. Symbiotic relationships are there among plant to microorganisms, microorganisms to microorganism. So different type of interactions, synergies we can see in the field of the natural farming. And fermentation, different type of microorganisms, if there is no availability of the oxygen, in absence of oxygen, this fermentation, this is anaerobic process, and different compounds, they can be broken down. So the important thing is all the processes, they are taking place. That's why there is natural farming and natural conditions in our farm. So now we see the role of microorganisms. Basically, microbiology, this is the study of microorganisms. That is the branch of biology is known as microbiology. The important thing in case of microbiology is presence of microbes, where the microorganisms are present. Answer is they are present everywhere. They are present, even you can isolate microorganisms from snow. You can isolate from desert. You can isolate from soil, from plant part, animal part, excreta. Everywhere, microorganisms, they are present everywhere except fire. Why they are not present in fire? Because in fire, the temperature is very high. You see, the cell of living being is made up of major portion is water, and at very high temperature, the water is lost, and the protein, second thing is protein, the proteins they get denatured, and ultimately the vitality is lost, life is lost. So microorganisms, they are present everywhere except fire. So if they are present everywhere, it means they are playing role. What kind of role they are playing? They are playing positive role, that all type of health they are doing for plants. Negative role, they are causing diseases. If there is a dead animal, within 2 3 days you will see that there is a foul smell because of biodecomposition of the that animal, or biodecomposition of the plant and their branches. So you see, their presence is very very important, and they should be present in our case, in our farm. In natural farming, you see, the useful microorganisms, the number of useful microorganisms is more, because in case of natural farming, we are not using bulky manures, we are not using vermicompost, we are not using farmyard manure, we are using fermented organic manures, or liquid fermented organic manures like Jivamrit, or solid like Ganjivamrit. How much number of microorganisms is there? If we take off 1 gram of soil, so nearby 1 crore, 10 million microorganisms are there. So the number is very, very high. In 1 gram, in 1 kg, multiply by 1000, in 1 hectare or 1 acre, multiply by 2.24 into 10 raised to power 6. So such huge kind of number of labor is working in our farm when we are going for natural farming. If we are using insecticide, pesticide, we are not going for natural farming. They kills our microorganisms, and if they kill all type of microorganisms, different type of microorganisms, so who is going to do all those processes which could be done by microorganisms? Another thing is observation. The microorganisms, they are very very small. So farmer is able to see different plants, birds, and crop, everything in his farm, but he is not able to see microorganisms. So what he is doing, how the microorganisms number is affected, is being affected, like microorganisms, their number is increasing or decreasing, farmer is having no idea. The thing is, they should be aware that microorganisms are there, and if you do anything, any agronomical practice, so it's going to affect the number of microorganisms. So that's why microorganisms, if we want to see, if we want to calculate their number, then we have to send the sample into the laboratory, and it takes sometimes 2 3 months. So up to 2 3 months, the crop is nearby harvesting. So majority, the thing that is the very big hurdle. That's why the farmer and each and every person should know that there are teeny creatures, there are microorganisms which are doing all these processes in case of natural farming. So different branches we use in microbiology, that is phycology, study of algae. You see the green small plants, different in the farm of paddy. In the field of paddy, you can see there is very thin layer of green plants. So that is algae. Mycology, study of fungi, fungus. You can see if there is chapati in our kitchen for 2 3 days, or some food material, you see brownish, or you see greenish, or yellowish, or pinkish. So different type of shades you can see, that is basically fungi. And fungi is a it's not autotrophic, it's heterotrophic. Algae can prepare its food, but fungi is not able to prepare food, it's not able to go for photosynthesis. So that organism also we study in microbiology. Bacteriology, we study bacteria, and that branch is known as bacteriology. We consider it in microbiology. Bacteria, the unique feature is that they are unicellular. The thing is, they are having ancient type of cell. It's very simple cell, and it's doing only single cell is performing all activities. Likewise, we are having plants, animals. Our body is multicellular. We are having different type of cells, and tissues, similar cells performing a particular work, that is the tissue, organ system, organism. But in case of bacteria, you see the cell, and that cell is also very simple. Protozoology, we study protozoa, very small animals. They can move. They are having flagella, and they cause disease. Sometimes we eat from here and there. Sometimes we are feeling that there is formation of gas inside our stomach. So these organisms are doing such type of activities. They are also present in soil. They are also present in wastewater, and sometimes wastewater we are using for irrigation also in our field also. So different type of protozoans we can see. Virology, this is the study of virus. Virus is very simple microorganism. It's not having complete cell. Sometimes we call it acellular, means without cell. It having only coat that is made up of proteins, and it's having genetic material that is DNA or RNA, never both. So very simple cell, and you can see how its effect was there during the corona. Corona is also a virus, and the whole world was affected. Every activity was affected. So other organisms, they are advanced organisms. You can suppose that how much harm they can cause, or how much they are useful to the farmer, if we think of their size and their number. Helminthology, only few helminths which are having cyst-like structures which can't be seen by naked eye. These are considered in microbiology. So the definition of microorganism is the organism which can't be seen by naked eye. We need some instruments or microscopes to see them. So that is the branch of microbiology, and they play very, very important role. If we talk of natural farming and agriculture, then let's see these 16 elements. Now nickel also has been added. So 17 elements they are required. So hydrogen, carbon, oxygen, nitrogen. If these 17 elements are there, it means life can survive there. And if microorganisms they are multiplying, they are living entity, it means the soil is perfect. The number of microorganisms is going to increase, and they also go for bioavailability, and they also supply the different type of nutrients to our plants. So hydrogen, there is no problem. Hydrogen, the plants they are getting from water also, and in soil no problem. Carbon, earlier carbon was not a problem, because in atmosphere, if we talk of pure air, then 0.034 parts they are of carbon dioxide, and other parts like nitrogen, oxygen are there. So carbon dioxide that can be used as a food for plants by the process of photosynthesis. So there is no problem of carbon in the atmosphere. The thing is, these days, because of high use of insecticide, pesticide, and the plants they are going for photosynthesis, but they are giving their photosynthate to the microorganisms, but microorganisms are not there. So biochemical cycling is not proper. So that's why these days we are facing the problem of organic carbon also. Then oxygen in the atmosphere nearby 20%, 19.8%. If we talk of pure air, so 19.8 out of 100 are of oxygen. So that is good quantity. Nitrogen, there are, if we talk of the amount of nitrogen, that is 78% volume by volume. So out of 100 parts, there are 78 parts of nitrogen. That's huge amounts. And in the atmosphere, we see it's in N2, means nitrogen, triple bond nitrogen. So that nitrogen can't be used by plants. So that's why that is a very big problem. And that nitrogen can be used by microorganisms. They convert it into ammonium, they convert it into nitrate, nitrite, and that nitrate and nitrite, they are available forms. So plants, they can use. So if there are no microorganisms, there are no biological nitrogen fixer. So how the plants, they are getting nitrogen, that is a big problem. And microorganisms are there. So directly and indirectly, directly in the form of biological nitrogen fixation, indirectly by the process of biodecomposition and biodegradation, they are helping the plants, and other like potassium, calcium, magnesium. So everything is there in the soil. If we see the soil profiling, different layers are there, and different layers, different type of microorganisms are there. If we are going for natural farming, then in case of this capillary action, the water is coming, and nutrients they are also coming in different layers, different type of these nutrients are there. Zinc solubilizers are there, phosphate solubilizers, microorganisms, phosphate solubilizing microorganisms, fungi, bacteria, they are there, and all type of mineralization by different mechanisms, like if there is acid production, so they are mineralized and they are available to the plants. The important thing is, if all these elements they are present in our soil and they are available to our plants, so our crop is bumper. Important thing is biogeochemical cycling. Think of a city, everything is okay, all the roads, all the cars they are going on, and there is no problem. If there is jam, then there is stoppage, all the cars they are standing and they are not able to move. The same thing is in case of natural farming. If we are going for natural farming, everything is okay. If we are not going for natural farming, we are using insecticide, pesticide, we are killing our labor, we are killing our microorganisms. So you see, this is the example of carbon, how carbon is moving in plants, animals, fossil fuels, deep ocean, marine biota. So it's moving. It's okay. If it's not moving, then there is formation of different type of recalcitrant compounds. Recalcitrant compounds means these compounds they are not being utilized by microorganisms. They are not utilized by plants. So in that case, the problem is there. The nutrient availability problem is there. So in case of natural farming, all the cycles they are in order and everything is available to the plants. Then let's see how these microorganisms they help and what is their habitat. Habitat means natural home, the home for microorganisms. As in the beginning I have told you that microorganisms they are present everywhere. They are present with rhizo means root. They are associated with root and they are known as rhizobacteria, and or maybe rhizofungi. Phylobacteria with the leaves and upper part of the plant. Endophytes they are having permanent they are having temporary houses with the plants. They come in contact with the plants and they make houses, and the plant starts growing, and up to the maturity or harvesting you can see endophytes are there. If we remove the plant, then endophytes they go into the soil. Some of the endophytes they are killed, and they add to the organic carbon of the soil. Free living, these are the microorganisms which are present in the soil. If there is crop, they are present. If there is no crop, even then they are present. For example, azotobacter. So if there is a deficiency of nitrogen, azotobacter is going for biological nitrogen fixation. If the level of nitrogen is okay, then this is under inducible system. There will be no biological nitrogen fixation if there is no deficiency of nitrogen in the soil. So they are very important. Every time they are present, whether there is a crop or no crop in the field. Then symbiotic, these are the microorganisms present in the nodules. There are permanent structures in the root of the pulses, in the roots of the legumes. You see in chickpea, cowpea, etc. In pea, they are having nodules, and the color of the nodules is pink because of the leg hemoglobin. Leg hemoglobin is required to trap oxygen because biological nitrogen fixation. This is anaerobic process, and it can be performed by rhizobium in absence of oxygen. So this leg hemoglobin it captures the oxygen. For example, in case of our blood, the color of our blood is also red because of hemoglobin. Associative type, these are the microorganisms which are associated, as the name indicates, associated with the leaves and the plants. For example, if greenery is there and moisture is there, if in the month of the February we see different type of microorganisms, so the number is very good, and those microorganisms are associative type. If we go to the sugarcane field, you see if greenery is there and biomass is there, so you can see different type of associative. For example, azoospermellum. Mycorrhiza, this is the combination of roots of the plants and fungi. That is a very good combination. Mycorrhiza, that mycorrhizal fungi, that is very specific. That is very sensitive also. So if we are performing the experiments or doing farming in the form of natural farming, then we can see a lot of mycorrhiza in our field. If we are using chemical, there will be no mycorrhiza. If we are using pesticide, there will be no mycorrhiza. And you can see the effect of mycorrhiza. You collect the soil nearby from any old tree. you will see its effect. Just use in one canal of the your field, and the crop will be bumper because of that mycorrhizal interactions. Old mycorrhiza you are getting from the roots of a particular very old ancient plant, like maybe bengalensis, people, bird, etc. So that is very important. If you are using any chemical, if you are using high dose of urea, then you will see that that mycorrhiza is not going to survive. So how the story starts? The story starts with the germination of the seed. The process, you see, if the farmer is preparing the soil, everything is okay, moisture is okay, season is okay, then he is going for sowing of the seeds. As soon as the seed is sown, then seed it checks the moisture level. If moisture level is okay, it will go for germination. If moisture level is less or more, then seed is not going to germinate. Most of the seeds, they are not going to germinate if moisture level is not okay. But if moisture level is okay, it's okay. Day length, night length, any kind of residue, any kind of toxic substance, if anything is there, most of the seeds, they are not going to germinate. So germination is directly affected by the conditioning of the soil. Germination is directly affected by the methods, what kind of farming you are going on. So if you are going for natural farming, everything is okay. So germination will be more. Sometimes we are purchasing the seed, and we are blaming the companies that your seed was not good, it was not 100% germination, because there was some problem in soil. So even if 100% seeds, they are viable, they are not going to germinate. So if everything is okay, seed is going to germinate. It releases the root exudates in the form of water containing nutrients, and different type of volatile organic compounds. These volatile organic compounds, they diffuse very fast in the soil, and they attract the microorganisms. So different type of root exudates, they attract different type of microorganisms. That's why rhizobia, they are very specific with their pulses. Rhizobia and bradyrhizobia, they are slow growing rhizobia. So they are also very specific with the particular pulses. So that's why different type of microorganisms which are useful for a particular crop, they are being attracted towards its root, and now plant is giving them food, and they are multiplying, and they are giving nutrients to the plants. Very good association, and they start multiplying. In nearby 20 hours, the bacteria multiplies. Earlier there were 2, then 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, likewise. So they are increasing because they are living entities. The root biomass is increasing, and the associated microflora is also increasing. That is very, very important. So you see the magic of these microorganisms. So they start with the germination, and up to the harvesting at different levels, different type of microorganisms are coming. They perform their duties. Different stages of plants require different type of nutrients. So different type of microorganisms are there. At a particular time, one community comes, multiplies, reach up to the maximum limit, and then starts for death. And the death of microorganisms contributes toward the organic carbon. So organic carbon is increasing. Biogeochemical cycling is proper there. Plant is proper. A litter, that is falling leaves, they are biodegraded and also added to the soil. So ultimately, from the start of germination up to the harvest, all type of different microorganisms, they are playing role. So what kind of role they play? As I have told, that they play for biological nitrogen fixation in the atmosphere, 78% nitrogen being converted into nitrate, nitrite. So if proper methods are followed, we are using Jivamrit, we are using Ghan Jivamrit, everything is okay. We are going for intercropping, mixed cropping, crop rotation. Then different type of microorganisms are there. All three groups, that is free living, symbiotic, and this associative type microorganisms, they come at different stages, and they go for biological nitrogen fixation. Phosphate solubilization, there is no limitation of phosphorus in our earth. There is everything like hills, mountains, concrete, our soil, they are having inorganic phosphorus, and that is not available to the plants, and that can be converted into available forms like phosphate. They are being converted in the presence of acids. So different type of microorganisms in bacteria, fungi, they go for synthesis of different organic acids. These organic acids, in the presence of these organic acid, inorganic phosphorus, it is being converted into available form, that is the phosphate form of the phosphorus, and they are available to the plants. Phytohormone production, that is also very important. If everything is okay, then plant germination, its biomass, flowering, fruiting, everything will be on time, and plant harvesting will be on time. But if there is any problem, different type of hormones, they are not being synthesized by plant, there is deficiency of anything, then it causes a problem. In that case, the plant gives signal to the microorganisms which are present in the rhizosphere. So these microorganisms, they are also going for synthesis of different type of plant hormones. Plant hormone is known as phytohormone. So why we are angry? Sometimes we are happy, sometimes we are angry. We see somebody and our mood is okay. We see somebody, our mood is not okay. Who is controlling us? These hormones are controlling us. Likewise, hormones, they are controlling the plants when it is going for its maturity, when flowering will be there. So these hormones, all type of hormones, they are synthesized during the intermediary metabolism of the plant. But if there is any deficiency in the soil, these microorganisms, they are going to give different type of hormones to the plant. So if plant is not happy, so it is requiring some hormones, the microorganisms, they are going to supply hormones. They are very good friends of the plants. Then micronutrient mobilization. Sometimes there is no mobility in the soil. We have made hard pan. Suppose we are going for flood irrigation, there is formation of hard pan, and nearby root also there are no microorganisms, there is no vapsa creation. So such type of problems, ultimately they affect this micronutrient mobilization. If we are going for natural farming, vapsa creation is there. We are not going for huge water, or irrigation scheduling is also different. In case of natural farming, there is no formation of hard pan. If there is no formation of hard pan, you see the earthworms, they are moving from top to down, and this up to the bottom. Different microorganisms are there, air is there, proper aeration is there, different type of microflora is there. So ultimately you see there is proper nutrient mobilization inside the uh, soil. Then nutrient uptake is also affected. Sometimes food is there, but we are not able to eat it because we are ill. Likewise, nutrients are there in the soil, but plant is not able to utilize those nutrients because plant's health is not okay, and we have disturbed the health of the plant. We have disturbed the health of the soil. How? When we are using these chemical, pesticide, insecticide, these pesticides, they are having heavy metals. They are very harmful. We are using these chemicals. They are affecting directly the pH. If pH is low or pH is high, it is not going to facilitate many reactions. This is the game of the reactions. The reactions, they proceed at a particular pH. You see, some solution is there. If you reduce the pH, so it will become solid, or there is precipitation. Or if there is precipitate, if we add sodium hydroxide, pH is high, so then also. So if we see the metabolism of the plants, that is different from animals. The metabolism of plants, or uptake of the nutrients by plants, is very high if there is the pH is neutral or slightly low. But in case of animals, if the pH is neutral or slightly high alkaline, then the digestive properties or digestion is very good. So there is gap between the digestion of the plants, or uptake of nutrients by plants, and uptake of nutrients by animals. Another thing is, if there is any disease to the plants, that disease cannot be transmitted to the animals. And likewise, if there is any disease to the animals, that cannot be transmitted to the plants. So there is gap. That is the beauty of the nature. That is the beauty of natural farming. You see, the nutrient uptake is directly affected by these activities, chemicals and pesticide. In case of natural farming, we are not using, and ultimately all microorganisms, they interact, and they are going to the neutral pH, and at that pH or slightly acidic pH, the nutrient uptake is maximum. Disease management is there. If we are proceeding, we are using these natural farming practices. We are using Jivamrit, which is a very good source of microorganisms. We are using Ganjivamrit, that is also acting as a nutrient for the plants and microorganisms. And we are using these plant disease control, or biocontrol, or pest management, all bioformulations like Nemastar, Brahmastar, Dasparani, or Khatti Lassi, all these. Then in that case, you will see that the chances of disease, there are very less. If there is any incidence, we are having bioformulations. If there is no incidence, it means immunity of the plant is very good, because the cycle, biogeochemical cycling is proper, biocontrol is proper, natural enemies, they are working, and only useful microorganisms they are enriching, because the requirement of the harmful or pathogen microorganisms is more. There is competition between pathogen and useful microorganisms. Useful microorganism is going to survive. In this case, in natural farming, we are not using bulky manures, so extra substrate is not there. Only limited substrate is there. Another photosynthete is there, but photosynthete is very specific, and that is being used by natural these useful microorganisms, because they can go for different biological activities like biological nitrogen fixation, phosphate solubilization, all these properties. So if there is competition between pathogen and a normal bacteria, so normal bacteria or useful bacteria is going to survive, because its requirement are very less, and it is also in very good signaling system with the plant. Signal may be sunlight, signal may be chemical, signal may be sound, signal may be anything else. So the plants, they talk with each other, the bacteria, they talk with each other in the form of signals. These are through volatile organic compounds. These organic compounds, they are synthesized by plants. The volatile organic compounds, these are synthesized by bacteria. There is proper compatibility, and they talk with each other. They are very good friend of each other. Biocontrol, you can see different bacteria. If there is very much competition, then one type of bacteria is controlling other type of bacteria, or one type of bacteria is controlling fungi, or fungi is controlling actinomyces, or actinomyces, they are controlling bacteria. So likewise, even bacteria, they are controlling insects. So different type of pathogens, they are controlled, and by the definition of biocontrol means one organism is controlling another organisms. So you can see very much this phenomenon in case of natural farming. Bacteriocins, these are small peptides, and they are also having antimicrobial properties. They are produced by bacteria, and their spectrum is very narrow. They kill very closely strains of one bacteria is producing, and another bacteria which is very much related to it, but it is controlling, because that bacteria is having some pathogenicity island, or some characters which can cause, which can make bacteria as a pathogen. So one bacteria is controlling another bacteria. For example, Lactobacillus acidophilus, this is the bacteria which converts milk into curd. Lactobacillus acidophilus is producing bacteriocin, and it is controlling Lactobacillus casei or Lactobacillus bulgaricus. So very close spectrum is there. In case of broad spectrum, one fungi is producing some compound antimicrobial, it's controlling bacteria, or bacteria is producing some antimicrobial compounds, it's controlling fungi, or it's also controlling some endospore formers, it's also controlling gram positive, gram negative. In that case, we can say that compound is broad spectrum. But these bacteria, since they are of narrow spectrum, khatti lassi we are using, in khatti chas we are using in case of natural farming, the pH of khatti chas is very low. It also having bacteriogens. That's why it controls microbes. Biosurfactants, these are the surface active compounds. They reduce the surface tension of water. So because of surface tension of water, the small drops of water, they are round. Big drops of the water, they are flattened because of gravity. So the tendency of water is that it's having surface tension. And if we use these surfactants, for example, if we are going for washing of clothes, so if we use this surf, soda, sabun, soap, etc., so the dirt is coming out because the surface tension is reduced. Likewise, these microorganisms, they produce surfactants, and those surfactants, they are produced by microorganisms. That's why they are known as biosurfactants. Bio means living, and these surfactants, they reduce the surface tension. Imagine the scenario in nearby roots, or imagine the scenario of wapsa. Air is there, small droplets are there, and those droplets, they are having nutrient, but because of surface tension, they are not coming in contact with the roots. But if there are microorganisms which produce biosurfactants, if biosurfactant comes in contact with the small droplet, it spreads. You see, on any surface, you put some oil, and then if oily surface is there, then put water, small droplets are there. In that case, you just put soda or surf or any detergent, the all the drops, they will spread. That is the scenario in case of soil also. All these small droplets containing nutrients, they will spread and will come in contact with the roots. So biosurfactant producers, their number is very low, but their work is very important. And you can see the biosurfactant producers in case of natural farming only. Antibiotics, when we are getting ill, we go to doctor give us this painkiller, this antibiotic and multivitamin. Likewise, plants, if they are ill, they are giving some signals. The bacteria triggers the synthesis of antibiotics are synthesized, and in that particular area, and that particular pathogen is controlled, because this is the talk between plants and microorganisms which are producing antibiotics. Those antibiotics, they control the pathogens. ACC deaminase, this is a kind of enzyme. This enzyme is very important. The ACC deaminase producers, they are playing very important role in case of natural farming. Sometimes if there is any kind of stress on plants, for example, in case of cotton, if there is a deficiency of water or drought is there, so early maturity is there, ball formation takes place at early stage. So because maturity, the signal is coming that the plant have to go for maturity and early maturity. That early maturity is because of ethylene. If ACC deaminase is there, then ACC deaminase, it diverts the intermediary metabolism. There is no formation of ethylene. It diverts the pathway towards alpha ketobutyrate, etc. So that there is no formation of ethylene. If there is no ethylene, early maturity signal is not there. So in that case, the plant will tolerate that particular stress, abiotic stress. So ACC deaminase producers, their number is very important, and they are present in case of natural farming fields. You also see the microorganisms which are associated with plants. Leaf is also important portion. It is going microorganisms, they are helping plant in various ways. You see different boxes. Enzyme production is there. Any microorganisms which is sitting on the leaf, it is going for different types of formation of enzymes which help the plant directly, indirectly. Antagonistic activity is there. They are not going to allow any other foreign particle or any other foreign pathogen to survive there. Colonization of pathogenic bacteria is also prevented by these microorganisms. Biological nitrogen fixation is done. There are many microorganisms which are on the leaf, but they are going for biological nitrogen fixation. Biocontrol agent, they are acting as they are controlling other organisms also. Antibacterial and antioxidant properties, they are having stress response if there is any kind of stress. So you see two type of plant. One plant conventional farming or chemical farming, another plants under natural farming. If there is any kind of stress, abiotic stress, you will see the plants in the conventional farming or chemical farming, they are not able to tolerate. There is huge loss. But in case of natural farming, you see even there is resilience. The plants, they are able to survive because of the synergy between microorganisms and the plants, and the immunity of the plant and the strength of the plants. Food safety, these microorganisms normally they are not pathogenic because we are not bulking manure, we are not using huge substrates. So normally useful bacteria, they are able to survive. Useful bacteria which can go for biological nitrogen fixation, phosphate solubilization. They use the photosynthate of plants. Plant is a very good donor. It donates nearby 60% of its photosynthate. You can say 60% of food prepared by plant, that is given, that is released in the form of donation, that is 60%, just to attract different type of microorganisms. And that is very specific. That attracts very specific bacteria at different stages. That bacteria is required by a particular activity which is very useful for the plant in that particular season or at the particular stage of the plant. And phytohormone production is there, different type of hormones. And hydrocarbon utilization, different type of complex hydrocarbons, they are being utilized by plants at different stages. They are required. So you see so many activities, they are performed by a single microorganism which is present on the leaf. If we go for insecticide, you can imagine the scenario. If we are applying insecticide, pesticide, and on the leaf, how these microorganisms, they are able to survive? They are not able to survive. In that case, the bacteria, how it will help the plant in so many ways. which is helping in case of natural farming. These are very sensitive creatures. These are small living beings, and they are very sensitive. If you see, even the sunlight activity in 1 week, if one day is too much sunlight, in one day there is less sunlight, then their number increases or decreases. You catch any color, you just see blue color, green color, pink color, brown color, so it's increasing, decreasing. A particular color is representing a different a particular kind of microorganisms. For example, if it's representing biological nitrogen fixers, so at a particular stage there are so many biological nitrogen fixers, so biological nitrogen fixation is there, or it's very less, it means biological nitrogen fixation is less. So they are directly affected if microorganisms and their properties, farmer is aware of that. So that is very useful. He will see, I should not go for high tillage in case of May. If he is going for high tillage in May, so all different type of microorganisms, they are not able to survive, and the organic content or organic carbon of the soil will decrease. So there are two types of microorganisms basically. One which we can cultivate in our lab, and we can study them. Another one, we are not able to cultivate them into the lab because we are not knowing what kind of food they require. So only 2 to 3% microorganisms, they can be cultivated in the lab and we can study them. But nearby 96, 97% microorganisms, we have to know about them, what kind of food they require and how they can be cultivated. So in that case, we follow the approach that is metagenomics. We are taking the DNA of all type of microorganisms and a particular activity, whether it is present or not. So we know this activity is done by microorganisms, but by which microorganisms we are not able to cultivate. That's why we go for this metagenomic approach. Terminal heat stress is there. You see, if the temperature in the last week of the February is increasing, the temperature is expected very low, but sometimes the temperature increases in the last week of February. In that case, there is a stress on the wheat plant. If we are going for this chemical farming, or we are burning this agro residue of paddy, so you see different layers. Clearly, you can see on those lines where there was burning of the paddy, all microorganisms they are affected, and their number is less. In that row, you see there is terminal heat stress effect. If there is no residue, there is no burning in the same field, because there are different layers. In one row there is residue, in another row there is no residue because of the working of the combine harvester. So you see directly the effect of the terminal heat. If microorganisms they are not burnt, then there is no early maturity. But if the microorganisms are not there, there is early maturity, and the development of the seed is not proper. So which you can see in the field of the natural farming. There is also cold tolerance in case of bacteria. There are so many bacteria which can survive at very low temperatures. In these days, you see the temperature is very low, moisture is okay, and the enzyme works very well. The biomass of the wheat is very good, huge biomass. So these microorganisms which can survive at a low temperature, they are surviving and they are performing their activities. Likewise, heat tolerance. If temperature is increasing in the field, the plants are there, evaporation is there. But if there are so many microorganisms, they can survive and they are performing their activities in case of very high temperature also. These are hot heat shock proteins, which are in case of natural farming microorganisms, as well as in case of plants. If these microorganisms are present there, the plant will be able to tolerate the stress. You see, in case of lodging also, you in the field where natural farming is being done, you can see in Gurukul Kurukshetra, our Mahamahimacharya Devarji, Governor Gujarat, Governor Maharashtra. So he was principal for more than 35 years, and there are 200 acres of land which natural farming is being done. So you see, in those fields there is no lodging. But in case of chemical farming, there is lodging because the biomass of the root is less. Another flexibility you see in microscope, the flexibility of these plants is less, and the strength of these plants is less, and you can see directly the effect of the natural farming practices. Then mulching is very much important. If we are using this dead mulch or live mulch, dead mulch in case of agro residues, and live mulch if we are going for intercropping or weed is there, grass is there. So if we are using agro residues, prali, the paddy straw, if we are using, then it leads to the conservation of the moisture. Moisture is there. Under the prali, you will see moisture is there. So water saving is there. Another, it is slowly degrading and contributing towards the nutrient enhancements. Different type of activities of microorganisms, different activities of earthworms are there. If there is mulching, then you will see the mulching, it's helping in many ways, and this is the very important component of natural farming. If there is mulching, there are microorganisms, there is earthworm, and all activities are going on. You can do very simple experiments. You have similar pots, you have similar kind of soil. You just have Vapsa condition of 50% moisture, 50% air, or in local language we call it butter. Or just the conditioning of the air is conditioning of the soil is proper. Just put seed of similar size and similar depth. So one seed you daily disturb whether it is germinating or not. In another pot you not disturb. So you will see within few days the pot which is not being disturbed by us. So germination is there, but the seed where we are disturbing, it's not going to germinate. Or you put just urea, or you just put any insecticide, pesticide, it will also directly affect the germination of the seed. You can see directly the effect. Another thing is, you are having everything is constant. One thing is, in one pot you daily put one glass of water, but in another one just wet the upper surface only. So you will see the difference within 15 days. Within 15 days, huge biomass can be seen in the pot where we used very less amount of the water. It indicates that water, then the plants, they do not require much water. They require only some vapors of water. So it indicates that the flood irrigation is not required. But we are going for flood irrigation. It causes a lot of problems like hard pen formation, etc. So you see the whole scenario. You see the biodiversity, different type of shape, different type of sizes, different type of organisms, different groups of organisms, quality, quantity, different type of crops in our field. That is very important and that is required. Signaling, that is very important. If there is signaling or there is communication between bacteria and bacteria, or microorganism, plant and microorganism, plant and plants, so that is very important. You can see in case of natural farming, the plants, they are very happy. So because of this, there are receptors. One plant is releasing these volatile organic compounds, and there is proper receptor. Another plant is sensing that environment is very good, all activities, they are normal. Soil profiling is very important. You see, you dig the soil up to 10 feet or 15 feet, you will see different layers are there. We are talking about this 30 centimeter only, but soil is there. And due to capillary action, the nutrients, they are moving. And because of water also, the nutrients, they are being affected. Because of mulching also, because of live mulch, dead mulch, because of biodiversity also, because of different type of root exudates also, you will see. In case of natural farming, we go for PMDS, pre-monsoon dry sowing. We are using different type of seeds in a particular land, and we allow to germinate them, and ultimately we are going to incorporate them. Different type of roots, different type of plants, and different type of microflora enriched with these microorganisms, and it is increasing the natural farming organic content in the month of May and June. Then lactic acid bacteria, they are very important. If we talk of this lactic acid bacteria, we are using this khatti chhach, this khatti lassi or khatti chhach, and this is very important. All type of compounds, they are helping plants directly or indirectly. Then the problem of this antimicrobial resistance. This is very big problem. If we are going to use this insecticide, pesticide, different type of microorganisms which are resistant to many medicines, and they will cause a huge amount of the death. In coming up to 2050, you see AMR, that is antimicrobial resistance. They cause the death of human beings. It will be 8.7 million, more than cancer, more than diabetes, more than diarrheal problem and other problems. So because we are not having the medicines for those microorganisms. You see the era of corona. During Corona, we were very much afraid. The whole world was afraid because there was no medicine to control coronavirus. We are not having antiviral compounds. That was the problem. So in coming future also, if we are using these insecticides, pesticides, so they will cause the mutations and such type of microorganism will develop. We are not able to control them. So this is also a big problem. If we are going for natural farming, we are not using any these insecticide, pesticide. There are no chances of mutations, and antimicrobial resistance is not going to develop in case of microorganisms. This earthworm, this is very good friend of our farmer, and if the earthworm is number is high, then microorganisms number, quality and quantity is high, and it indicates that organic carbon is increasing and our soil is okay. Another thing is microbial count of the soil samples. You see, in case of conventional farming, where we are using these chemicals, insecticide, pesticide, they are killing these microorganisms. And in case of our Kurukshetra Gurukul farm, the number of microorganisms, and in chemical farming, a number of microorganisms. So 10 raised to power 7 means 1 crore, 10 million. So 17 into 10 million, 170 million. 10 raised to 5 means lakhs. So 12 into 10 raised to 5 means 12 lakhs. So almost 100 times microorganisms per gram of soil are more. So you see how much labor is there in case of natural farming. The bacteria, they talk to each other, different type of microorganisms. Yes, they talk to each other. If any bacteria enters into our body, if our body's immunity is not okay, they will multiply. They will not multiply. But if immunity is very weak, so same bacteria, it will start multiplying and it will cause the disease. In case of soil also, if there is any kind of smell, there is chemical, there is pesticide, there is residue. So these bacteria, they are not going to multiply, and all the activities like biological nitrogen fixation, phosphate solubilization, mineral solubilization, biosurfactant production, bactericidal production, biocontrol activity, all activities, they will be affected. So you can see in case of natural farming, everything is okay. Plants are happy, microorganisms, they are happy, condition is proper, WAPSA formation is there, different type of root exudates are there, different type of all communities of microorganisms are there. So they talk, the communication is proper, and there is prosperity, and it is leading to the increase in yield and increase in organic carbon of the soil. These are the houses of microorganisms. So there are different biofilm formation, and if there is biofilm formation, it means in a particular layer, the number of microorganisms of a particular microorganism, they increase, and they go for different type of activities. They multiply very fast and they help the plants. But if we are breaking these biofilms, when we go for high tillage, or when we go for flood irrigation, or when we go for only monoculture or monocropping, so they directly affect the biofilm of the microorganisms. And if biofilms of the microorganisms are affected, it means we are destroying their houses. If somebody destroys our colonies, our houses, then we are not able to survive. Likewise, these bacteria, they are not able to survive, and they are not able to do their activities in their proper form. Important thing is role of Jivamrit. Why we are using Jivamrit? Jivamrit, this is very good source of microorganisms. How we are preparing in a 200 liters drum, we are using, the total volume is 200 liters. It is containing 10 kg of cow dung. It is containing 8 liters of cow urine. It's containing 2 kg of jaggery. It's containing 2 kg of besan, or this pulse flour, and it's containing nearby 500 grams of soil from the place where no insecticide, pesticide has been used, which is containing very good microorganisms nearby the roots of a very ancient plant, or on from the bund of the our farm, or from the grass, or where there no insecticide, pesticide was used. So we are using that soil. So that soil is containing microorganisms. Cow dung is containing microorganisms. They are getting this energy source. We are using jaggery. We are using protein source, that is besan, or floor of any pulse. So if we see, if we check, if we are not using any of these components properly, then the number is very less. If we are using all components properly, the number is very, very high. 10 raised to power 10 means 1000 crore. 7.4 into 10 to power 10 bacteria or colony forming units per ml, or colony forming units per ml of that Jivamrit. We can go up to that, because that is a complete formulation. If we have to prepare curd in our house, all conditions they should be perfect, like the temperature should be perfect. If temperature is very high, then we are not using clothes on that vessel. If temperature is very low, we are using many clothes just to keep warm it. Incubation should be proper. The inoculum, starter culture, the khatta should be proper. Its amount should be proper. So that's why our grandmother, our mothers, they are preparing very good curd. We are not able to prepare very good curd. If curd is not okay, then we are not going to eat. Likewise, if Jivamrit is not proper, the number of microorganisms they should be, if they are not proper, then it will not serve properly. Sometimes the people say we are using Jivamrit, there is no effect because they are using no proper Jivamrit. So training is very, very important. If anybody wants to start natural farming, he should take training first. Another thing is he should visit any natural farming farm. Then he should start at very low area. These are the primary requirements. That's why he will make any type of proper formulation. Another thing is microbial biomass carbon. If a number of microorganisms is very good, then MBC will be more. You see in different type of treatments, T1 to T10, MBC micrograms per gram of dry soil is more. Initially it's less. After 10 days it's more. Than 20 days, 30 days, it's going on. Then if we talk of other properties or other indicators like DHA, dehydrogenase activity, this is also very good indicator. Dehydrogenase activity is more. It means number of microorganisms, quality and quantity is increasing. Then in lab we see, we make this culture media. As we eat food, the microorganisms they are also require food. And this petri dish we put, its size is nearby 11 centimeter in diameter. So we put this that particular culture media and then put microorganism. It is multiplying, and if the number is more, we can see the microorganisms. The definition of microorganism is any organism which can't be seen by naked eye, but here we are able to see the microorganisms with naked eye because the number is very high. If there is one brick, one ant 1 kilometer away, we are not able to see it. If we make house of bricks or ants, we can see that house. Likewise, if the number is much more, then we are able to see the colonies, and these colonies they indicate that microorganism is growing. Then if there is phosphate solubilization, there is change in color. In this slide, you see there is a dark blue color. Then if it's fainting, you see transparent areas. It means there is organic acid synthesis and there is solubilization of the phosphorus. Inorganic phosphorus is being converted into organic phosphorus. Likewise, ammonia production is there, color change is there. And in the slides, you see different type of microorganisms, different type of isolates of bacteria. They are changing the color. Then siderophore production. Siderophore is a compound. It is chelating compound. It chelates iron. If siderophore production bacteria or microorganisms are there, so they will produce the siderophore, and siderophore it binds iron. So it's chelating agent, and iron is not available to the pathogens or other microorganisms. So because of competition, the microorganisms which are having more requirement, they are not able to survive. So only useful bacteria they are able to survive. So indirectly it controls pathogens. Likewise, ACC deaminase activity. If there is color change, it means the microorganisms which are having this enzyme, their presence is there. And then in vitro biological nitrogen fixation, if color change is there, so then we record that these microorganisms, they are biological nitrogen fixers. Then in lab, antifungal activity also. Many bacteria, these are having antifungal metabolites. They control these fungi. We tested many fungi. You see, different fungi they are growing. But if we are putting cell-free extract of that particular bacteria or directly inoculating these bacteria into the petri plate, they are not allowing this fungi to grow. There is plaque formation or collier zone is there. So all type of different fungi, phytopathogenic fungi. Chitinase activity, if any bacteria is having chitinase activity, it means it can kill fungi because chitinase, this is the enzyme, it degrades the cell wall of the fungi. Fungal cell is having cell wall. If there is degradation of the cell wall, ultimately fungi is not able to multiply. Ultimately, it's going to kill. So chitinase activity, so many bacteria which have been isolated from natural farming farms. Then ultimately, what kind of compound or what kind of metabolite is there? By this chromatography, we try to identify, and we see that different type of metabolites they are being synthesized by different bacteria which are present, which have been isolated from natural farming farms. Then these bacteria, they also affect the seed germination. If useful bacteria are there directly, if we go for bacterialization, means the treatment of bacteria, and then these seed allow these seeds to grow. So we tested many seeds which are directly their germination is increased in case of isolates from natural farming farms. So you see, this is dryland agriculture of HAU farm, Haryana Agriculture University are. So you can see the bumper crop of this chickpea. We are not using any chemical. We are not using any pesticide. Even then, the growth is bumper. The important components of Jivamrit all are important, and the formation of Jivamrit. How to prepare Jivamrit? Just take a drum of 200 liters, have the water up to 100 liter, and then put 10 kg of cow dung and mix properly, then 8 liters of urine, mix properly, then 2 kg of jaggery, mix properly, and then 2 kg of besan or pulse flour, mix properly, and then add soil and rotate in a clockwise in the morning and evening, and put a gunny bag on it, cover it, and if the temperature is okay, so within 4 or 5 days you get very good Jivamrit. If temperature is very low, likewise in Delhi and North India these days, it will be prepared in 7 to 8 days. If summer season is there, you just use within 5 to 7 days. If winter season is there, you use up to 10 to 12 days. So that is very important. If we just talk of curd, in case of summer season, curd is spoiled in kitchen. We have to keep it into the refrigerator. And in case of winter, you see just curd you put in the kitchen, so it will not be spoiled because the number of lactic acid bacteria is not going to increase at very low temperature. So different type of crops, you see these are the photos from our Gurukul farm activities of earthworms, and in chemical farm you see different type of archaea, ancient bacteria, the huge biodiversity you can see in the natural farming field, different type of bacteria, different type of fungi, different type of protozoa, different type of viruses. Viruses, they also control bacteria, which are known as bacteriophages. Bacteriophages are the viruses which can attack harmful bacteria, and these are very specific, and these are also present in case of fields and different type of biodiversities you see. So important thing is the key points of this presentation are, one thing is the concept of natural farming. What exactly is natural farming? You say we are using this one, we are not using this one. Everything should be clear. We should use this one or not. It should be used. So that should be very, very clear. That is very important aspect of this natural farming. Bioformulation is very important. If we are making any food entity in our kitchen, if its taste is not good, it's not in proper shape, its flavor is not, we are not going to eat it. Like halwa, kheer, puri, paneer, everything. If preparation is very good, then we like it. Likewise, if Jivamrit is good, then Jivamrit is proper. All formulations are proper, their effect will be proper. So training is must. That's why bioformulation should be proper. Trainers, they are very important. National level, international level, trainers, state level, district level, gram level, village level, they are very important. If they are proper, then they will give proper trainings. It is as a mission, national mission on natural farming. Our honorable prime minister, our governor Gujarat, Maharashtra, Acharya Devarji, our agriculture minister, our chief minister of Haryana, chief minister of other states, they are very much involved. Our social workers, our scientists, our universities, Haryana Agriculture University, other universities, they are involved. This is mission. And the Sarthi, every body, every team member is very, very important. Every normal citizen, children, school going, college going, university going, everyone is the part of this mission. That's why we can get the success. Sustainability, this is very, very good system. So this system will go on and go on because we are taking crops, their yield and organic carbon and the status of soil health. That is very good in case of natural farming, you see. And this is poison free agriculture. We are facing so many problems because of residues, toxicity, and these pesticide, insecticide. So many problems, so many diseases, diabetes, cancer, heart attack, etc. So this is very important concept, and we are the leader. Our India, especially our Haryana, Governor Gujarat Acharya Devarji, you see our scientists, you see our farmers. This technology is from field to lab. So many farmers they are doing, sir, I am doing natural farming, and these days we are doing the science. What is the science behind this natural farming? That is very important. So if there is any question, so thank you so much. Thank you, Ajay. Thank you, Rohit.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir, for your sharing your information about the natural farming and importance of natural farming, and also processes which are takes place in natural farming and its importance with the role of microbes and the actions of microbes, and also at the you are told many things about the preparation of bioformulations. I thank you, sir. Thank you so much for your informative session. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Rohit. Thank you, Dr. Baljeet sir. You shared a
Thank you,
lot
Ajay.
of information. Now the participants are aware about how microbes play their role in natural farming and how they improve the soil health. Thank you so much, sir. Now the session is open for queries. I request dear participant, kindly raise your hand if you have any queries. I call one by one and you can ask question. Otherwise, you can also share your doubts in chat box. Instructions for the participants who are going to ask the question. Kindly unmute yourself, start video, introduce yourself, then ask a question.
Okay, Dr. Vijay, Mohammed is about to ask the question. And before that, thank you so much, Dr. Saab, for such a detailed and in-depth session on the role of microbes and also emphasis on the natural farming. And everyone is engaged in the promotion of natural farming because it is such a big and so important topic that everyone is adopting natural farming. And we have more than 400 uh, students are with us from all over the country. So they all are going to be the Sarthis, as our name also, Agri Sarthi, and they will be the real Sarthi in the mission of natural farming. And definitely we will reach out to the more people and more farmers will adopt this. So thank you so much, Daksa, for your detailed lecture. So now I would like to call Mohammed for asking the question. Please unmute and ask your query.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, sir. Sir, I actually wanted to
Good
ask
evening.
regarding hydroponics and related sciences, which do not use soil at all for the cultivation of plants. In that way, how can we use natural farming and microbes to actually benefit the plant and to supply the nutrients and to help maintain its health and reduce everything, including diseases and pests?
Very good.
Can you please answer this, sir?
Yeah. This is very good question. And actually, we are sometimes we are thinking of alternative resources because the land is decreasing day by day, population is increasing. So we can also go for hydroponics and aeroponics. In that case, basically, we are making these formulations. So different type of formulation like we are using Jivamrit, we are using Ganjivamrit, and the solutions of these bioformulations. So normally we have to optimize the protocols for a particular plant. If we are growing for potatoes, tomatoes, sorry, tomatoes, or what kind of plant. So there is need to optimize the protocol, the requirement, the calculation of nutrients in the form of hydroponics, that is in the form of the solutions. So in that case, we will not use soil, but we will also not use any chemical or pesticide. We will use just the component of the natural farming. Basically, in nature, if we are using soil, so you see different layers are there, so everything is understood that the system will work. But in case of hydroponics or aeroponics, we have to optimize the protocols. So how much Jivamrit is required, how much Ganjivamrit is required, or we will prepare Ganjivamrit and then put water and make solution, and then we are going to use in case of hydroponics. Or aeroponics, we are going to use vapors. So these are the technologies. But if we talk of natural farming, then we talk of the cultivation with soil.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
I just wanted to clarify is Jivamrit and the other which you mentioned, the organic substance,
Jivamrit, Ghanjivamrit, and
Gandhivamrit,
then
sir.
yeah, other
So
bioformulations. So we have to use in
do this
appropriate
content
proportions, and
uh,
yeah.
do this contain all the nutrients which are essential for the plants. If
Uh,
we don't use soil and we completely rely on these things, can it complete the life cycle of the plant completely?
yeah, because there is no proper biochemical cycling. So in that case, we have to put the sources. For example, if we are talking of phosphorus, then the phosphorus is coming from soil. In soil, there are different microorganisms. They are synthesizing acids, and they convert this inorganic into organic. There are different layers in case of soil. There are earthworms. So if we talk of natural farming, in case of hydroponics or aeroponics, so we have to optimize the other sources also, like the source of phosphorus, source of potassium, and another cofactors which are required by a particular crop. So those are totally different concepts. If we talk of a complete natural farming system, then we think of this natural farming on soil.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, Mohammed sir. Now I call upon Krishna. Kindly unmute yourself and ask the question. Krishna Kumar.
I think we can go for Wadi Gotham or
Hello.
this.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Hello, sir. Good evening.
Who is
I
there?
am Krishna Raghuvanshi. I am from Uttar Pradesh. Sir,
Okay.
my name is Krishna Raghuvanshi. I am from Azamgarh, Uttar Pradesh.
Okay.
सर मेरा क्वेश्चन ये पराग जलायन सॉइल रिएक्टिविटी और उस पे क्या प्रभाव है एंड द सेकंड वन इज
Excuse me, Krishna. Your voice,
क्या
Krishna, please. Your voice is not audible and your voice is not clear. You can send your query in the chat section. We will ask the question. So in the meantime, we can go for Badi Gautam. You can unmute yourself and ask the query, please.
Hello, good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Sir, I am from Andhra Pradesh.
Mm-hmm.
Sir, I have a small doubt about microorganisms in Jivamrit. Why, compared to other Gana Jivamrit, only Jivamrit, how there are increased? Sir?
Yeah, actually, different type of sources, like if we talk of soil, if we talk of some plant part, or if we talk of any other formulation, so different type of microorganisms are present there. Normally, we are talking about Jivamrit, because Jivamrit it's containing cow dung. Cow dung is having various metabolites for the multiplication of different type of microorganisms. We are using this cow urine. We are using this soil also, soil which is having diverse microflora, and we are giving this jaggery that is good, and this pulse floor. So if they are eating and they are using different type of metabolites, jaggery, pulse floor, which is a protein source, so the number of microorganisms is maximum. The quality and quantity of microorganisms which is required in our soils, so they will perform all type of activities. That's why we are suggesting Jivamrit. For example, we are suggesting curd in our meal. So if we are using curd or this chach or lassi, so that is also very good source of this lactic acid bacteria. That is also very good source of these bacteriocins. So if we are using lassi or dahi in our meal, so it's increasing our digestion. It's giving power to our body. So likewise, this Jivamrit, this is very good formulation, and that can be used. That can be easily made on farm by farmer. Farmer is having cow, farmer is having good, farmer is having jaggery, farmer is having soil, and he is having drum. So all these things, if we prepare properly the Jivamrit, this is very good bioformulation, which is very much useful for the plants, and this is very good source for the source of the microorganisms. That's why we are suggesting this Jivamrit.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Thank you, Gautam. One more question from Wasim Ansari sir. Sir, he is from Uttarakhand. He asked a question that could natural farming unintentionally favor pathogenic or opportunities microbes under certain environmental conditions?
No, my answer is no, because we are not using bulky manures. We are using only this Jivamrit, where very good microorganisms are there. We are using Ganjivamrit, which is used as a nutrient by plants. Different type of root exudates are there. We are going for intercropping, mixed cropping, crop rotation, mulching, Vapsa creation. All these conditions, they all together make a system that the chances of pathogens are very, very less. Natural enemies are there. Different type of birds are there. Different type of bacteria, archaebacteria, algae, fungi are there. So intentionally, we see that there are no chances of pathogens. We are not using bulky manures.
Okay, thank you, sir. Ashutosh Shukla, kindly unmute yourself and ask the question. Ashutosh Shukla.
Hello, good evening, sir.
Good
I am
evening.
I am from Madhya Pradesh. My question is to that if we have to learn how to make bioformulations like Ghan Jeevamrit, so can we
Jivamrit.
learn from KVK centers of our district?
Very good question, Asutosh. These days, at different levels, like in Krishi Vigyan Kendra, in our state agriculture universities, in our extension education institutes, in our ICR institutes, this is National Mission on Natural Farming. 2,481 crore rupees have been released for this purpose, where the training is the important part. So, in your nearby KVK, you can have very good training. So which district you are from? So in your
Sir,
district headquarter, yeah, in your district headquarter, you go and you contact KVK, Krishi Vigyan Kendra. You can have very good training. There are seven national institute of national importance which are
yes,
providing trainings like our Gurukul Kurukshetra, NCO of Ghaziabad, and different state agriculture industry like US Dharwad. So these are also the centers, and anytime you can go for training. Extension education institutes in Gujarat, Anand, in Karnal, Nilokheri. They are also very important and a very good source for training. And KVKs and our state agriculture universities. So you can have training from anywhere.
sir, along with the sessions, I also go to the website of NMC, and
Mm-hmm.
there I get the Gmail ID of my local KVK centers of Tikamgarh, Madhya Pradesh. So can I
Okay.
contact it
Yeah,
online
yeah.
or
Yes. You contact online. You just write an email to them, and you will get proper response.
sir, one more additional question is there that if I want to make an entrepreneur aspect in this bioformulations by making it my private limited company and sell it to nationals as well as foreign countries, so can I also do that?
One thing is to reduce the cost, input cost for farmers. So normally we are not increasing this type of business because we are trying that the farmer they should prepare on farm. If there are some clusters, the farmers they are going on large scale and they are not able to prepare Jivamrit or Ganjivamrit in proper form, then in that case you can help them, and at reasonable rate you can provide the Jivamrit and Ganjivamrit. And there are standards. If you meet, then you can also send abroad also.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Thank you, Ashutosh. Now I call safety management study. Kindly unmute yourself and ask the question.
Good morning, sir.
Good
Good,
morning.
good evening, sir. Sorry, sir. I'm Piyush from Bihar. Sir, I have a small farm of banana and papaya,
Mm-hmm.
but having two problems, bunchy top and in papaya, so many leaves curl at the top. बट
Mm-hmm.
सर भाई एनी इनऑर्गेनिक केमिकल्स ये मतलब ठीक नहीं होता है मतलब वो नॉर्दर्न बिहार में ज़्यादा सर ये प्रॉब्लम है तो
हम्म
सर मैं ये जानना चाहता हूँ कि हम नेचुरली जैसे क्या यूज करें ताकि मतलब वो बनाना बंची टॉप वायरस और जो हमारा कर्ल लीफ होता है जो वायरस के वजह से पपाया में और
हम्म।
फ्रूट सेट नहीं होता है, तो मतलब उसके लिए हमें क्या करना चाहिए?
देखो, ये प्रॉब्लम तो आ रही है, एग्रावेट कर रही है, बढ़ रही है। तो अगर हम अपना जो एरिया है ऑर्चर्ड का, उसका एक एक पर्टिकुलर पार्ट में नेचुरल फार्मिंग स्टार्ट करें, जैसे 1 कनाल 2 कनाल, मीन्स वन
बिल्कुल।
एट्थ पार्ट ऑफ 1 एकड़, है ना। तो उस केस में आप शुरू से ही प्लांटिंग मटेरियल से लेके ही आप नेचुरल फार्मिंग स्टार्ट करेंगे। प्लांटिंग मटेरियल आपका आ गया है, उसके बाद आप ट्रीटमेंट देंगे बीजामृत की, है ना। उसके बाद फिर जैसे प्लांटलेट्स आ गए, फिर आप जीवामृत डालेंगे। फिर रिंग मेथड से आप उसके अंदर घन जीवामृत डालेंगे, और टाइम टू टाइम आप जीवामृत डालेंगे, तो वहां पे जो माइक्रोफ्लोरा है वो ऐसा डेवलप हो जाएगा कि वायरसेस के आने के चांसेस बहुत कम है। जैसे
कम हो
बच्चे को
जाता
हम
है।
जो बचपन में पहले 5 साल जो खिलाते हैं ना, वो लास्ट तक काम आता है। कई बार आप कहते हैं, देखो पहलवान बहुत अच्छे निकलते हैं पर्टिकुलर एरिया से, जैसे आप हरियाणा की बात करें, पहलवान निकलते हैं ना,
बिल्कुल सर।
तो उनका जो बचपन में अच्छा खान पान है, अच्छा बढ़िया 5 साल, उसके बाद उनकी बॉडी इतनी स्ट्रांग हो जाती है कि वो कुछ भी खाए उनका डाइजेशन अच्छा रहता है। तो आप धीरे धीरे उस एरिया को नेचुरल फार्मिंग में कन्वर्ट कर सकते हैं। एक तरीका ये है, अगर आपके पुराने पेड़ हो गए हैं और उसमें पॉसिबिलिटी नहीं है कि अभी हम उनको यूज करें ना करें, पहले आप बिल्कुल
जैसे कि सर
क्लियर हो जाएं।
पपाया तो 1 ईयर्स मतलब वन टाइम प्लांटिंग होता है,
वन,
मतलब
हाँ
छोटी मोटी उसकी। बट
जी।
सर हमने ऐसा है कि पिछली बार सारा ही मतलब उसको क्लियर करके बिल्कुल ही मतलब साफ सुथरी करके
हम्म
ऑर्गेनिक खेती ही की थी, मतलब किसी भी प्रकार का केमिकल स्प्रे नहीं किया था सर।
हम्म।
इन मतलब इनऑर्गेनिक में भी और ऑर्गेनिक में सेम प्रॉब्लम्स आती हैं, और मतलब ये सर खेती को ज़्यादा ही डैमेज करता है। तो
आप इसमें अपना जो केवीके है, कृषि विज्ञान केंद्र, कौन सा नजदीक है, एक टीम आप उनको बुलाएं। डॉक्टर
बिल्कुल सर।
पीपी पांडे सर भी हैं वाइस चांसलर अपने वहाँ समस्तीपुर, अपना एग्रीकल्चर
बिल्कुल सर,
यूनिवर्सिटी है।
असल में सर हमारे यहाँ थोड़ा इसकी शिकायत है कि हमारे यहाँ केवीके वगैरह थोड़ी सही से काम नहीं करती और
कोई
हमारे
बात
घर
नहीं।
से थोड़ा दूर है।
कोई बार, कई बार क्या होता है कि कई जगह शिकायत होती है, तो वहां मान लिया 10 आदमी है, 6 आदमी काम करने वाले नहीं है, 4 तो हैं वहां भी। और कई
बिल्कुल
बार
सर।
बहुत अच्छा केवीकी है, उसमें 10 में से 8 कर रहे हैं, तो 2 नहीं कर रहे, वो कहते हैं अच्छा केवीकी है। तो आपको हर जगह मिलेंगे, अच्छे इंसान भी मिलेंगे, अच्छे साइंटिस्ट मिलेंगे। आप उनसे मिलिए। अगर वहां भी बात नहीं बन रही है, तो अपनी स्टेट एग्रीकल्चर यूनिवर्सिटी है जो बिहार की, आप वहां पे जाइए,
बिल्कुल
उनसे डिस्कस कीजिए।
सर।
और
वन
आप
मोर।
इसमें ना जैसे बायो फॉर्मुलेशन ट्राई कीजिए। आप वहां पे
बिल्कुल
अग्नियास्त्र वगैरह बनाते हैं, खट्टी छाछ आपके पास होगी, आप ना उसको
बिल्कुल
कुछ
सर।
प्लांट्स में एक बार ट्राई करें, और उन क्लाइमेटिक कंडीशंस में उन दिनों में आपका ऑप्टिमाइज हो जाएगा कि इससे ये कंट्रोल हो रहा है। जैसे अभी पीछे हम ना ड्रैगन फ्रूट वगैरह में, और हमें बड़ा विल्टिंग की प्रॉब्लम आ रही थी, तो उसमें काउ यूरिन यूज किया, जीवामृत यूज किया, और घन जीवामृत हमने वो रिंग मेथड से डाला, तो उससे काफी चीजें हैं वो कंट्रोल हुई। तो वहां उन कंडीशंस में, उन डेज में हम ये इस तरह की चीजें, क्योंकि अग्नियास्त्र में बहुत सारी ऐसी चीजें हैं जो एंटीवायरल है, तो वायरस वहां पे कंट्रोल हो सकती है। लेकिन कई बार क्या होता है, इंसिडेंस इतना ज्यादा है कि इस लेवल पे, जैसे आप इतने बीमार हो गए, अब दवाई लेने से असर नहीं हो रहा। लेकिन पहले अगर
नहीं।
शुरू में ही, जैसे कैंसर है, अगर हम शुरू में अवेयर हो जाए तो उसको कंट्रोल कर सकते हैं। अगर ऐसी सिचुएशन आ गई है, तो हमें दूसरे ऑल्टरनेटिव मेथड देखने पड़ेंगे। और इसमें क्या आपने इंटरक्रॉपिंग की हुई है? अपना जो ऑर्चर्ड है, जहाँ पे पपाया लगाया है वहां सिर्फ पपाया है, जहाँ बनाना है वहां सिर्फ बनाना है, या ऐसे है कि हमने इंटरक्रॉपिंग भी है, बीच बीच में हमने दूसरे प्लांट्स भी लगाए हुए हैं?
नहीं सर, प्लॉट है जिसमें दो डिवीजन की गई है, एक पपाया का है और एक हमारा
हम्म।
बनाना का है, मतलब
तो
बहुत ज्यादा नहीं है, बहुत कम प्लांट्स हैं।
अच्छा,
तो
कम
मतलब
प्लांट्स हैं।
बिल्कुल
तो
सर, जैसे
उसमें
मैंने
बीच
हमें
बीच,
जैसे
हाँ
मैं
बीच बीच, अगर हाई डेंसिटी नहीं है तो बीच बीच में आप दूसरे प्लांट भी लगा सकते हैं। और जैसे अगर आप बीच में जवार लगाएं, तो नेमाटोड्स की प्रॉब्लम नहीं आती। अगर आप
जी सर,
मैरीगोल्ड लगाएं, तो डिफरेंट
मतलब
टाइप की,
यूजिंग नेचुरल ट्रैप्स।
हाँ बिल्कुल बिल्कुल, नेचुरल ट्रैप्स की बजाय, अगर, हाँ बिल्कुल, आप जैसे मैरीगोल्ड का प्लांट है बीच बीच में लगा लें, है ना। और बीच में कोई पल्सीज हैं वो लगा लें, अगर कहीं मल्चिंग की पॉसिबिलिटी है। इस तरह से अपना जो मॉडल है, उसको एक एक डायरेक्शन में आप ले जाएं, मोनोक्रॉपिंग या उस ऑर्चर्ड को छोड़ने की बजाय। और एक सिचुएशन में, एक पर्टिकुलर कोने में एक कंपोनेंट को आप कंट्रोल करें। अगर वो कंट्रोल हो गया, तो उसको फिर पूरे में ट्राई करें। तो हमें एक स्ट्रेटजी से चलना पड़ेगा, क्योंकि जब आदमी बीमार है, सीरियस है, कोमा में जा रहा है, तो उस टाइम स्ट्रेटजी थोड़ी सी अलग रहती है। अगर इतना इंसिडेंस है, प्रॉब्लम ज्यादा हो रही है, अपना नुकसान ज्यादा हो रहा है, तो हम ज्यादा एक्सपेरिमेंट भी नहीं कर सकते। तो उस
नहीं
केस
कर
में तो
सकते।
यही है कि भाई, उस एरिया को धीरे धीरे नेचुरल फार्मिंग में कन्वर्ट किया जाए। उस एरिया में अगर हाई डेंसिटी प्लांटेशन नहीं है तो बीच बीच में इंटरक्रॉपिंग की, चाहे चाहे वो अपने फ्रूट क्रॉप्स की है, चाहे कुछ वेजिटेबल्स हैं या कुछ हमारे सीरियल्स हैं, पल्सीज हैं, वो लगाए जाएं। कुछ मल्चीज की जाए। अगर हम मल्चिंग भी कर रहे हैं, हो सकता है ग्रास से ही करें, ग्रास थोड़ी बड़ी हो जाए तो उसको बीच बीच में काटते रहो, सारा रिमूव ना करें। या फिर जैसे डेड मल्च, हम कोई पराली है या कोई और एग्रो रेजिड्यू है अपने एरिया में, वो अगर हमें मिल जाता है तो उसको हम यूज करें। उसमें मतलब उसको हमें एक सिस्टम से एक मॉडल हमें बनाना पड़ेगा वहां पे, और अपनी टीम है वो विजिट करती रहे। जैसे अगर कोमा में तो डॉक्टर की देख रेख में ही चलेगा, तो हमारे जो साइंटिस्ट है वहां के, उनकी देख रेख में चलेगा। या कोई फार्मर है, अच्छी नेचुरल फार्मिंग कर रहा है, आप उसको भी इनवाइट कर सकते हो, आप उसका फार्म है वो
सर
विजिट भी कर
जैसा
सकते
है
हैं। हाँ,
कि मैं एमएससी हॉर्टिकल्चर का स्टूडेंट हूँ।
वेरी
सर
गुड।
अक्सर हमसे किसान मतलब नेचुरल फार्मिंग के बारे में मतलब ज़्यादा इंटरेस्ट नहीं रखते। हम कैसे उनको अप्रोच करें? जैसे कि कोई भी दिक्कतें होती हैं, अक्सर मैं अपने विलेज की बात करूँ तो वो हमेशा मतलब हमसे कॉल या आमने सामने मिलेंगे तो वो ऑर्गेनिक केमिकल की ही बात पूछते हैं। तो
जी।
सर हमारे एरिया में सर खास करके ऑर्गेनिक और नेचुरल फार्मिंग बहुत ही कम है। तो मैं ये चाहता हूँ कि सर एक मैं अपने तरफ से अप्रोच करूँ लोगों को और सक्सेस स्टोरी मतलब ये क्रिएट करूँ। तो सर
वेरी
ये
गुड।
कैसे हो सकता है कि हम ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा किसानों को अप्रोच करें इन चीज़ों को करने के लिए?
जो आप प्रॉब्लम
क्योंकि
बता रहे हैं वो बिल्कुल सही बता रहे हैं। जब शुरू शुरू में बस आई थी तो हमारे गांव के कुछ लोग थे जो 2 एकड़ दूर चले जाते थे, बस कहीं अंदर गिर ना जाए। शुरू शुरू में जब
बिल्कुल
अपने पास एक कंप्यूटर आए तो लोगों ने यूज नहीं किए, उन्होंने कहा बेरोजगारी हो जाएगी, पता नहीं क्या दिक्कत है। शुरू शुरू में एटीएम आए, अपने दादाजी अब तक एटीएम यूज नहीं करते। वो कहते हैं यार
नहीं।
कोई धोखाधड़ी हो जाएगी, मैं तो वैसे निकलवाया हूँ, है ना। तो वो एक्चुअली क्या होता है, कोई भी टेक्नोलॉजी नई आती है तो आदमी हिच करता है, ये हमारी ह्यूमन की नेचर है। तो हमें, आप जैसे जो यंग हैं, जो यूथ है, जो नया पढ़ के आ रहा है, नई टेक्नोलॉजी को अडॉप्ट करना चाहता है, रिस्क लेना चाहता है, अच्छा काम करना चाहता है, तो ऐसे लोगों का आप एक वहां पे ग्रुप बनाएं। वहां पे पहले आप ट्रेनिंग लें, दूसरे है आप मास्टर ट्रेनर बने, दूसरों को ट्रेनिंग दें। और जो करना चाहते हैं, देखो हमारे समाज में बहुत लोग मिलेंगे कि बेटा उनके परिवार में कैंसर हुई, उसका कारण क्या
बिल्कुल
था,
सर।
आप बताओगे भी पेस्टिसाइड थे, जहर था। आप उनको बताओगे कि ये न्यूट्रिशियस फूड है, चाहे आप मिलेट्स की बात करें, अगर प्राकृतिक तरीके से कर रहे हैं, चाहे आप घी की, दूध की, उनकी बातें करें, अगर हमारी पशुओं को चारा अच्छा मिल रहा है, तो कोई भी आप देखेंगे लिविंग सिस्टम जिसमें जहर नहीं जा रहा, बायोमैग्निफिकेशन नहीं हो रही, उसके रिजल्ट हमें मिलेंगे। और लोगों को आप मोटिवेट करोगे, शुरू शुरू में लोग कहेंगे, वो तो आप जब पीएचडी करते हैं जब भी वो कहते हैं भैया तो पागल हो जाएगा पीएचडी कर रहा है, लेकिन जब करके जॉब मिल जाती है सारा गांव कहता है
बिल्कुल
इसने अच्छा किया, उनका बच्चा देखो पीएचडी की साइंटिस्ट लगा हुआ कितना अच्छा है, फिर वो वही मिसाल बन जाती है। तो शुरू में बेटा ऑब्जेक्शंस आएंगे, आपको लोग विरोध भी करेंगे,
सर, जैसे कि मैं
लेकिन
अभी
हाँ।
लिटरेचर के हिसाब से ही कर रहा हूँ स्मॉल एरिया में। सर मैं चाहता हूँ कि इसकी एक अच्छी सी ट्रेनिंग लग जाए, मतलब मेरी मैं
जी।
लेना चाहता हूँ। तो सर ये हम कहाँ से कर सकते हैं विद सर्टिफिकेट?
आप, हाँ, अगर आपको विद इन स्टेट ही करनी है तो आपके पास यही है ऑप्शन कि आप अपना केवीके से कांटेक्ट करेंगे या अपनी जो एग्रीकल्चर यूनिवर्सिटी वहां पर जाएंगे। अगर आप थोड़ा सा और बाहर तक अप्रोच रखते हैं कि जा सकते हैं, अपने पेरेंट्स
नहीं
अलाउ
सर,
करते
मैं
हैं, अपने
जा
कंडीशन
सकता हूँ
अलाउ
सर।
करती हैं, वेरी गुड। तो आप IERI, इंडियन एग्रीकल्चर रिसर्च इंस्टीट्यूट है, NCOF है ना, और बहुत सारे जैसे अपना एक्सटेंशन एजुकेशन इंस्टीट्यूट्स हैं। आप गुरुकुल कुरुक्षेत्रा में भी आप हमारे से भी कांटेक्ट कर सकते हो। आप अपने अजय सर हैं, ये सारथी के जो करवा रहे हैं, आप इनसे कांटेक्ट में
बिल्कुल सर।
आइए, और कहाँ का ट्रेनिंग होती है हम इनको अपडेट देते रहेंगे, आप वो भी कर सकते हो। जब
ठीक
अपने
है
में
सर, मैं अजय सर
सीखने की
से
ललक है
पूछ
बेटा,
लूंगा।
तो आप कहीं
बिल्कुल
भी
सर।
कर सकते हैं। लोग कहते थे कि पीएचडी के बाद भी पढ़ाई है, मैंने कहा कहाँ है, बोले पोस्ट डॉक्टरेट विदेश में होती है, मैंने कहा
सर
वो भी
जैसे
करेंगे।
अभी
हाँ।
हमारी ट्रायल चल रही है अनियन पे। सर वो
हम्म।
हमें स्क्रीनिंग करनी है सॉल्ट टॉलरेंस के लिए। तो
हम्म।
सर उसमें हुआ ये है कि मतलब हम क्या अलग से कुछ नेचुरल जैसे जीवामृत या वगैरह ये सब बीजामृत क्या उसके ग्रोथ एंड डेवलपमेंट के लिए ऐड कर सकते हैं?
बिल्कुल कर सकते हैं। आप जैसे उस एरिया को अगर आप एक बार ट्रेनिंग ले लेंगे नेचुरल फार्मिंग की, आपको पूरा सिस्टम पता लग जाएगा। आप
बिल्कुल
उसी
सर।
अनियन में अगर आप नेचुरल फार्मिंग कर रहे हैं उसी फील्ड में, आप देखेंगे कि सेलिनेटिव जो प्रॉब्लम है वो भी कम हो जाएगी। जो हमारी वैरायटी है, जो ओरिजिनल वैरायटी जिसको हम पहले यूज करते आ रहे थे, वो वैरायटी वहां पे काम करेगी। उसी में आप इंटरक्रॉपिंग भी करेंगे, अनियन के साथ आप मिर्च भी लगा लेंगे, चिल्ली, आप उसके साथ टोमेटो भी लगा सकते हैं, आप उसके साथ दूसरी क्रॉप कोई भिंडी है वो लगा सकते हैं, आप बीच में कोई ट्रैप क्रॉप जैसे मैरीगोल्ड वगैरह ये लगा सकते हैं, आप कोई पल्सीज है, सोयाबीन है, अरहर है, मूंग है, आप वो लगा सकते हैं। तो आप देखेंगे कि आपके खेत में ना एक जंगल क्रिएट हो जाएगा, फॉरेस्ट। और एक सिस्टमेटिक ढंग से इस क्रॉप की इस टाइम है, ये इनकम आ रही है, अब हमें जीवामृत डालना है, अब हमें घन जीवामृत डालना है, अब हमें नीमास्त्र डालना है, आपने पेड़ पे अपने खेत के चारों तरफ नीम भी लगा लिए हैं, डिफरेंट टाइप के मेडिसिनल प्लांट भी लगा लिए हैं। तो वो एक सिस्टम बनता है, और किसी भी चीज को अगर आप एक सिस्टम से चलाते हैं तो उसके पीछे फिर वो साइंस होती है, और साइंस ही काम करती है, और जो ट्रूथ है वो बताती है। आप दूसरे लोगों को बता सकते हो कि भाई हमने नेचुरल फार्मिंग की। तो सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट है ट्रेनिंग। अब आप कहो कि सर मैं बहुत अच्छी गाड़ी चलाना चाहता हूँ, कल से ही मैं मर्सिडीज या कोई और गाड़ी चलाना चाहता हूँ, तो सबसे पहले आपको बेटा ड्राइविंग की ट्रेनिंग लेनी पड़ेगी। आप एक अच्छे ड्राइवर हो तो गाड़ी तो कोई भी चला लो चाहे, लेकिन आप शौक पूरा तब कर सकते हैं जब आपकी ट्रेनिंग प्रॉपर है, आप प्रॉपर तरीके से ड्राइविंग करेंगे। आप कोई अच्छी चीज खाना चाहते हो, आप हलवा, खीर, पूरी, मखाना, कोई अच्छी चीज आप खाना चाहते हो, तो उसकी प्रिपरेशन अगर प्रॉपर होगी तभी आप खाओगे। अगर प्रिपरेशन प्रॉपर नहीं है, आप कहीं भी जाओगे कहोगे यार ये तो अच्छी नहीं है। तो ऐसे ही जितने भी फॉर्मुलेशन है, प्रॉपर तरीके से बनाना सीखें, उसके अंदर क्या है, कैसे प्रिपेयर करते हैं, और आप अपने खेत में करोगे, उसके आपको रिजल्ट मिलेंगे। तो मुझे बड़ा अच्छा लगा आपसे बात करके, और आपने नाम भी बड़ा अच्छा रखा हुआ है, सेफ्टी मैनेजमेंट स्टडी। तो आपका विजन परसेप्शन दिखता है, और आप जैसे युवा हैं जो हमारे देश को आगे ले जाएंगे। और ये बड़ा अच्छा मिशन है हमारे प्रधानमंत्री जी का, आचार्य देवर जी का, अपने जितने भी मुख्यमंत्री हैं, आपके मुख्यमंत्री हैं, हमारे मुख्यमंत्री हैं, सारे के सारे लोग इस मिशन से जुड़े, और हमें इस मिशन को आगे ले जाना है। और आप देखोगे कि हम कामयाब होंगे। लोगों की जान बचेंगी, हमारी मिट्टी है ये बचेगी, गौ माता है ये बचेगी, हमारे लोग हैं बीमारियों से बचेंगे। 60-70 हजार रुपए पर एनम हम एक फैमिली डॉक्टर को दे आती है छोटी छोटी बीमारियों में। और अगर कैंसर है या कोई डायबिटीज है, या फिर तो कहने ही क्या, इतने खर्चे हैं, इतने हम परेशान हो रहे हैं। हमारे पास इतने अच्छे साधन हैं, हमारी पीढ़ी कितनी अच्छी है, लेकिन हमारे दादाजी वाली पीढ़ी वो अच्छा लाइफ जी के गई, क्योंकि एटलीस्ट वहां पे उस टाइम जहर नहीं होता था। है ना? ठीक है, ओके।
थैंक यू सो मच डॉक्टर साहब, और आपका बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद इतने सारे सवालों का लगातार जवाब देने के लिए। और मैं पार्टिसिपेंट से रिक्वेस्ट करूंगा कि कृपया करके आप जो है एक या दो सवाल ही पूछें, क्योंकि बहुत सारे जो स्टूडेंट्स हैं वो सवाल पूछना चाहते हैं। तो अगर आप डॉक्टर साहब अलो करें तो और
हाँ,
पांच सात
प्लीज
क्वेश्चन हम
प्लीज,
ले
नहीं
सकते
बड़ा
हैं।
अच्छा, आपकी ऑडियंस बड़ी अच्छी है, बच्चे बड़े अच्छे हैं, ट्रेनिंग बड़ी अच्छी है। और मेरे को भी पता ही नहीं लग रहा, मैं अभी भी ऑफिस में बैठा हूँ, और मुझे कोई थकान नहीं है, और मतलब और ज्यादा हिम्मत बढ़ती जा रही है कि हमारा जो यूथ है, हमारे जो नए बच्चे हैं, हमारे जो सोशल वर्कर हैं, आप जैसे बच्चे हैं जो इतना इंटरेस्ट ले रहे हैं। क्योंकि हमारा मेन मकसद ये है कि इन लोगों को एक बार समझ में आ जाए तो ये कुछ भी कर लेंगे। इनका माइंड सेट है ना वो अच्छा बने बस।
हाँ जी डॉक्टर साहब, और डेफिनेटली अब जैसे बच्चे बार बार पूछे ट्रेनिंग के लिए, तो आपने बताया कि अपने 7 से 8 जो नेशनल एस्टेब्लिशमेंट है, इसके अलावा
बिल्कुल
ऑनलाइन जैसे हमने पिछले 7 दिन की ट्रेनिंग करी थी जो एग्री सारथी प्रण 2025, उसके अंदर भी हमारे
बिल्कुल।
पास में 350 के लगभग बच्चे जुड़े थे। तो इस तरह से ऑनलाइन भी अगर आप करना चाहें तो वो हम लोग करवा
हाँ
ही रहे
बिल्कुल,
हैं।
ये जो
और
ऑनलाइन ट्रेनिंग है ना, इग्निशन का काम करेंगी। ये बच्चों में ना इंटरेस्ट पैदा कर देंगी, और फिर बाद में वो प्रैक्टिकली अगर करना चाहे, है ना,
हाँ
ऑफलाइन
जी।
करना चाहे, तो इतने इंस्टीट्यूट्स हैं, और आपको भी हम लिस्ट है ना शेयर करते रहेंगे, आजकल ट्रेनिंग वहां चल रही है, अब ट्रेनिंग ये चल रही है। ऐसे बच्चे हमारे कांटेक्ट में रहे, आपके कांटेक्ट में रहेंगे। और ये बहुत ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट है, ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट तो ये है, क्योंकि अब बच्चों में इंटरेस्ट क्रिएट हुआ है, अगर एक बार क्रिएट हो गया तो वो बच्चा चला जाएगा। ये बच्चा अगर पटना में बैठा है तो दिल्ली चला जाएगा, ये बच्चा लखनऊ बैठा है दिल्ली चला जाएगा, ये बच्चा अपने हिसार से, सिरसा से भी दिल्ली चला जाएगा। गुरुकुल कुरुक्षेत्र में आ जाते हैं, साउथ से लोग आ रहे हैं। अभी जो एक टीम आई हुई थी, मतलब उसमें इतने अच्छे बच्चे और इतनी अच्छी, आज भी अपने जो टॉप क्लास के जो फार्मर हैं और जो एंटरप्रेन्योर बनना चाहते हैं, गुरुकुल में 110 के आसपास आ रहे थे। एनसीओएफ गाजियाबाद और अपने गुरुकुल कुरुक्षेत्र ने मिलकर ट्रेनिंग की। तो आप देखोगे कि लोग इंटरेस्ट ले रहे हैं, और बच्चा एक बार इंटरेस्ट लेता है ना तो वो कहीं भी पहुंच जाएगा। तो इसके लिए मैं आप लोगों को बधाई देना चाहता हूँ।
हाँ जी डॉक्टर साहब, डेफिनेटली। तो अभी हम आगे और सवाल जो है स्टूडेंट्स के लेने चाह रहे हैं, तो डॉक्टर
हाँ
विजय
प्लीज
प्लीज
प्लीज,
कंटिन्यू।
हाँ जी प्लीज।
Ajay, kindly unmute yourself and ask a question. Ajay, okay. Sir, one question. I think he is Bilal from Karnataka. He asked question that urea on residue due to increase the process of decomposition. But as you thought today that urea यूज ये पूछा है कि यूरिया अप्लाई करने के लिए ना माइक्रोब्स डाई होता है, ऐसा आपने बोला था आज लेक्चर में। लेकिन वो यूरिया भी रेसिड्यू के लिए कुछ इन प्रोसेस लेने के लिए डिकम्पोजिशन करने के लिए अप्लाई करते हैं, ऐसा बोला, इसलिए वो क्वेश्चन पूछ रहे हैं सर।
जी जी। नहीं, उसका बच्चे का जो साइंटिफिक लॉजिक है वो ठीक है कि कई बार क्या होता है कि अगर हम यूरिया की कम कंसंट्रेशन डालते हैं तो उस यूरिया को माइक्रोब्स भी यूज करते हैं, और माइक्रोब्स का एक मिनिमम लेवल आ जाता है फिर अपने वो एक्टिविटी शुरू कर देता है। लेकिन नॉर्मली क्या होता है कि हम यूरिया जैसे शुरू शुरू में पहले तो किसान डालता नहीं था। वो बच्चा हिंदी समझता है क्या, उससे पूछो। द आंसर शुड बी इन हिंदी और इंग्लिश, इट्स ओके फॉर हिम।
Please answer in
हाँ सर।
English, Doctor Sahab.
Yeah, that will be better. So the thing is, if initially we are using low concentration of urea, the microorganisms they also use urea as a nitrogen source, and those microorganisms, if their number becomes high, then they are performing all activities. But the thing is, we are going to increase the level, the concentration, the amount of urea. Initially, only one bag was used, then two bags, three bags, four bags, five bags. The concentration is the main important concern. If the concentration high, so it is acting as a poison because of dehydration, removal of water from the cell, the death of microorganisms takes place. Okay. If we talk of honey, if we use honey in if we are affected with cold, if we use pure honey, it is having antimicrobial activity. If we dilute the honey, then it will act as the food for the pathogens. So the important thing is the concentration. So that's why our farmer they are using more and more urea, more bags, one bag, two bag, three bag, four bag, five bag. In Kurukshetra, 7 to 8 bag also in potato crop. Now that is the main important issue. That's why we have to avoid this urea use. There are other ways we can increase the microbial count. If there is no residue in our soil, if we are using chopped mulches, if we are using different type of plants, plantation, cropping, then it also increases the number of microorganisms. In that case, you need not to go for addition of urea. The biodecomposition will start. There are different levels of biodecomposition. At each and every level, there is different type of microorganism, there is different type of enzyme. In natural farming, you create situation that all steps they are complete, all microorganisms they are in line, and one by one they help in biodecomposition.
Okay. Okay, sir. Another question from Harshavardhan. Is natural farming principle can be applied in fisheries in the same way as a field crop, or it only uses a sector specific?
Yeah. Actually, in natural farming, this is integrated approach. If you are going for cropping, you are also going for orchard, you are also going for fisheries, you are also going for piggeries or some other allied sector, then yeah, it's they are directly affected. If the water is not polluted with insecticide, pesticides, so you see because there is runoff of water, and if you are using insecticide, pesticide, the contaminants from soil they are also coming in water, and from water they are also going into fisheries. Biomagnification process is there, the concentration of residue is increasing. If your environment is of natural farming, then there is no residue. Fisheries they are also healthy, and their production is also more. So they are directly related. So in nearby area you are following natural farming, so this is also affecting our fishery sector.
Okay. Okay, sir. Another question from Shivani. She is from Telangana. She is a MSc graduate. She asked a question that if a farm is already using chemical fertilizers, so how many years we need to leave the field for practicing the natural farming, or can we start immediately? And the next question is already have a chemical seed treatment. Seeds for these kind of seeds after sowing, we can use the bioformulants and it help the for the healthy crop growth.
Yeah, this is very good question. We can start natural farming today onward. Today onward only. Actually, if we are not using poison tomorrow, day after tomorrow, the concentration of poison or residues is going to decrease. The number of microorganisms is going to increase. And the seeds, we can give the treatment of Bijamrit. If we give the treatment of Bijamrit, then there is no need of some bees treatment by chemicals. And the same day we can start with the multi-cropping. We can go for PMDS, pre-monsoon dry sowing. We can go for use of mulch, chopped mulch. If we use chopped mulch, it will reduce the effect of these contaminants. if we use many crops at a time, seeds of different crops, and we are going for intercropping, mixed cropping, crop rotation today onward, then they can start natural farming.
Okay.
Okay, Dr. Vijay, let me allow some person to ask the questions. Asmit Chaturvedi is there. You can unmute and ask your query. Asmit Chaturvedi.
हेलो
Hello,
सर, गुड इवनिंग सर।
good evening.
सर, मेरा नाम अस्मित चतुर्वेदी है सर। मैं बांदा कृषि एवं प्रौद्योगिकी विश्वविद्यालय से बीटेक फूड टेक्नोलॉजी द्वितीय वर्ष का छात्र हूँ सर।
Very good.
सर, मैं ये नहीं समझ पा रहा सर, जीवामृत सर कैसे प्रिपेयर करें सर। मतलब हमारे यहाँ सर, क्योंकि मैं एक विलेज से बिलोंग करता हूँ, बबेरू, तो सर हमारे यहाँ काफ़ी मात्रा में सर गाय भी हैं, भैंसे भी हैं सर, और गोबर भी होता है। सर जीवामृत कैसे प्रिपेयर करें, उसका यूज कैसे करें सर अपने खेतों में सर।
वेरी गुड। जैसे वी आर प्रिपेयरिंग कर्ड इन आवर हाउस, है ना,
यस
बनाते हैं, ऐसे ही आपको जीवामृत बनाना है। आपके घर में जो काउज हैं, सो कलेक्ट द काउ डंग एंड काउ यूरिन, ओके, एंड देन टेक ए ड्रम ऑफ 200 liters. So fill it with 100 liter water, then add
यस
10 kg of cow dung, mix it properly, then add 8 liters of cow urine, mix it properly, then 2 kg of this jaggery or gur, and mix it properly, then 2 kg of pulse flour or besan, mix it properly, and then half kg of soil. The site should be there. You were not using any insecticide or pesticide. The soil from the nearby the roots of a ancient tree, old tree, or bund, जहाँ पे डोल होता है, वहां से आप सोयल लें, उसमें मिक्स करें, और सुबह और शाम उसको आपको घुमाना है इन क्लॉकवाइज डायरेक्शन, ओके। तो विद इन 4 days यू विल बी एबल टू हैव वेरी गुड जीवामृत। और दीज डेज अपना टेम्परेचर कम है, तो within 6 to 7 days you will have very good जीवामृत at home.
ओके सर, थैंक यू सर। सर यही डाउट था।
ओके, थैंक यू। ट्राई करो बेटा, कोई प्रॉब्लम आई तो सॉल्यूशन
ओके
निकालेंगे। ओके, गुड,
सर।
बाय।
Thank you, Dr. Saab. So next question is from Shiv Shukla. You please unmute and ask your query.
Hello, sir. I am Shiv Shukla. I am a student of BTech Food Technology from Banda University of Agriculture and Technology. Sir, my question is that how can natural farming maintain long-term soil nutrient balance when it relies on internal biomass recycling while continuously exporting minerals like phosphorus and potassium?
Yeah. So during my lecture, I have told that there is no limitation of phosphorus in concrete, in mountains, hills, our soil, everywhere there is inorganic phosphorus. And if we go for soil profiling, there are different layers. In different layers, phosphorus is there. And by capillary action and by this movement of earthworm and different microorganisms, aerobic, anaerobic, microaerophilic, this inorganic phosphorus is being converted into organic available form of phosphorus, like different form of phosphate. And you will see that we are also using different strategies. The requirement of phosphorus by different crops is different. We are going for intercropping, mixed cropping, crop rotation. We are also going for this mulching. So every living cell, it's a very good source of phosphorus also. So when microorganisms they die, they contribute towards this phosphorus. So you will see in natural farming there is no deficiency of phosphorus if you are doing in a proper way.
Thank you, Dr. Saab. So next we are having Abhishek Mishra ji. Please unmute and ask your query.
Hello, sir. I am
Hello.
Abhishek Mishra from MP Riva. I am doing a BSc Agriculture. My was a query how to use vermicompost with Jivamrit and Ghanjimamrit in the aquaponics culture.
Actually, there is no need to use this vermicompost if you are using Jivamrit and Ghanjivamrit. Okay. So Jivamrit, it's very good source of microorganisms. Ghanjivamrit, this is very good source of nutrients. So this combination is very good. So you can use this Jivamrit, Ganjivamrit, no need to use vermicompost. If you are using vermicompost, then it means you are not going for natural farming. So this lecture is regarding natural farming. If you want to go for natural farming, then different doses of split doses of Ganjivamrit and Jivamrit. If you talk of aquaponics or hydroponics, then use the solutions from Ganjivamrit. You just put water and then go for filtration. Use that particular solution. And Jivamrit, it is liquid organic manure, LFOM, so you can use directly. So you have to make the system, you have to optimize according to the nature of the plants and climatic conditions, controlled climatic conditions. So you are having good option. If you are having chapati, then no need of bread. If you are using bread, no need of chapati. Okay. European countries, the people, they are using bread and we are using chapati. The basic source is a carbohydrate source. Likewise, if you are using Jivamrit or Ganjivamrit, no need to use vermicompost.
I was more question, sir. What difference between the Jivamrit and Ghanjivamrit?
Yeah, Jivamrit, this is a kind of liquid formulation. It's containing, if we are talking about 200 liters of water and then 10 kg of cow dung, 8 liters of urine, 500 grams of soil, which is not having any kind of residue, and then mix properly this 2 kg of good or brown sugar and 2 kg of pulse flour or besan. And this combination in the morning and evening, you are shaking the properly, rotating with the help of any wooden stick in clockwise. So within 4 to 5 days, if temperature is normal, if temperature is less, within 6 to 7 days, and if temperature is more, then within 4 to 5 days, you are getting very good Jivamrit. So first you should have the training for how to prepare Jivamrit, Ganjivamrit, and other formulations like Neemastra, Brahmastra, Dasparnyak. Everything is defined in case of natural farming. First have training, then visit the field of any farmer who is following these natural farming processes, and then start on very small area, and then increase the area. Okay,
Yes, sir.
good, good. Thank you, Abhishek.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Saab. So we have one more question from Harshit Patel, and he is from BUT Banda, Uttar Pradesh. ही इज आस्किंग, वापसा के अंदर 50% एयर और 50% वाटर मेंटेन करने का जैसे आपने बताया, तो हमें कैसे पता चलेगा कि वो कैसे मेंटेन करना है, तो उसके कैसे
Very good,
कौन
very
कौन से
good.
मेथड्स है?
You can use it by using if you make a laddu of this soil. You see the structure. There is no much more moisture. It's not sticking to your hands and it's not dry. So if you will throw it, it will spread. So this is you can check the Vapsa creation. Vapsa creation means there is no much more moisture or there is no dry condition. So in the field you can check easily. Our old farmers, they know this conditioning. In Haryana, they call it battar. In different states, they use different terms, but they understand that this is the condition where the seed can be sown, sowing can be done. That is the Vapsa creation.
ओके, थैंक यू डॉक्टर साहब. सो अभी बहुत सारे बच्चे क्वेश्चंस पूछना चाह रहे हैं, अगर आप अलो करें तो हम 4-5 क्वेश्चन और ले सकते हैं.
हाँ, बिल्कुल बिल्कुल, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है, नो प्रॉब्लम.
ओके, ओके, थैंक यू डॉक्टर साहब. सो अगला जो क्वेश्चन है, अभी कृष्ण कुमार रघुवंशी जी काफी समय से वेट कर रहे हैं, तो आप अनम्यूट करके अपना सवाल पूछ सकते हैं. कृष्ण कुमार रघुवंशी जी, प्लीज.
गुड इवनिंग सर।
गुड इवनिंग.
मेरा नाम कृष्ण कुमार रघुवंशी है, मैं आजमगढ़ उत्तर प्रदेश से बिलोंग करता हूँ। सर जो मेरा क्वेश्चन ये है कि जो पैडी की कल्टीवेशन के बाद एक जो सबसे बड़ी समस्या होती है फार्मर्स की, वो जो पराली होती है उसकी डिकम्पोजिशन को लेके।
जी.
और क्योंकि वीट की सोइंग भी करनी होती है, लोगों के पास टाइम नहीं मिलता है कि उसके लिए उसको डिकम्पोज करें। मैंने इसके लिए अपने गांव, जो कि मैं खुद एक फार्मर हूँ, तो मैंने अपने गांव के लेवल पर, ब्लॉक लेवल से एक किसान गोष्ठी का आयोजन करवाया था कि लोग उससे अवेयर हों कि इसके फायदा क्या है, नुकसान क्या है। लेकिन सर कोई प्रॉपर सोल्यूशन इसका मिला नहीं। तो क्या पराली के डिकम्पोजिशन के लिए कोई बायोलॉजिकल माइक्रोबियल कोई सोल्यूशन मिल जाए।
हाँ, जब हम इफ वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट बायोडिकम्पोजिशन, आप हिंदी इंग्लिश समझते हैं या हिंदी में बताएं?
यस सर, ओके ओके, नो प्रॉब्लम।
हाँ, आप समझते तो है ना इंग्लिश, ताकि दूसरे भी समझ
यस सर।
जाएंगे। All biodecomposers, they are already present in our soil. If we are going for natural farming, different type of fungi like phanerogates, different type of bacteria, all type of bacteria we are enriching, and you will see that there will be fast decomposition. We do not require immediate decomposition. Just go for incorporation of the paddy straw. पैडी स्ट्रो को आपने उसके अंदर मिला दिया, उसके बाद सोइंग कर दी। जैसे अपने हरियाणा पंजाब में हम लोग सुपर सीडर यूज कर रहे हैं आजकल, एक मशीन है, जैसे पहले थी ना हैप्पी सीडर की डायरेक्टली आप सोइंग करते हैं, ऐसे ही सुपर सीडर है, उसमें इनकॉर्पोरेशन भी हो जाता है, साइमल्टेनियसली देयर इज सोइंग आल्सो। So the thing is, if we see the science behind its biodecomposition, the slow release of nutrient is required in the soil. We do not require that immediately there is proper biodecomposition. If there is immediate biodecomposition, many soil-borne pathogens, they will also enrich. Their number will increase. So if we are going for natural farming, the biodecomposers, they are present in the soil. They will go for slow release of nutrients. They will go for biodecomposition, and crop will be very good. So we need not to add biodecomposers from outside.
बट सर, वन और क्वेश्चन इसको लेके
हम्म।
कि जैसे हमारे यहाँ जो यूपी का हम लोग का एरिया, यहाँ भी सुपर सीडर से वीट की सोइंग हो रही है। उसमें जो
ठीक
एक
है।
सबसे बड़ी समस्या ये होती है कि जो यहाँ के फार्मर हैं, ये खेत की जुताई करने के बाद सोइंग से उसको सुपर सीडर सोइंग करवाते हैं। तो जब हम खेत की जुताई करवाते हैं, तो अगर जुताई का उसके और रहते हैं खेत में, तो जुताई की दिक्कत आती है।
हम्म।
तो उसके लिए जो फार्मर होते हैं वो पैडी के स्ट्रॉ को जला देते हैं कि उसका
हम्म।
खेत पूरी तरह से साफ रहेगा, तो उसकी जुताई अच्छी होगी और सोइंग करने में आसान होगा। तो क्या सर इसके लिए हम जीरो टिलेज का ऑप्शन भी रख सकते हैं क्या, कि अगर जीरो टिलेज से सोइंग की जाए वीट की?
वेरी गुड, वेरी गुड। आप इसके लिए एक यू हैव टू फॉलो इंटीग्रेटेड अप्रोच। इसमें हमें
यस।
इंटीग्रेटेड अप्रोच फॉलो करनी पड़ेगी। आप जीरो टिलेज का भी रख सकते हो, और कई बार पानी इतने दिन पहले देते हैं गेहूं में, वीट में, कि जैसे ही या इसमें जो कंडीशनिंग है अपने पैडी की, है ना, क्योंकि पैडी को काटने के बाद फिर विंडो हमारे पास कम है, तो
यस सर, यस सर।
उसमें जो इनकॉर्पोरेशन है इतना रेजिड्यू का करते हैं कि वो प्रॉपर डिकम्पोज हो जाए एक पर्टिकुलर लेवल पे। तो डिफरेंट टाइप की स्ट्रेटजीज अपने हरियाणा पंजाब में, पश्चिमी उत्तर प्रदेश में लोग फॉलो कर रहे हैं, और क्लाइमेट जोन के हिसाब से और वहाँ की रिक्वायरमेंट के हिसाब से ये हमें ऑप्टिमाइज करने कि कितना मल्च हमें उसमें रखना है, हाउ मच मल्च और हाउ मच पेडी स्ट्रो वी हैव टू इनकॉर्पोरेट। तो उसको हमें थोड़ा ऑप्टिमाइज करना है। आप जैसे जो पढ़े लिखे बच्चे हैं, अच्छे जो जागरूक हैं, वो उस चीज को ऑप्टिमाइज करें, और फार्मर्स को फिर हम इसको रिकमेंड कर सकते हैं।
क्योंकि सर पराली की बर्निंग से जो सॉयल के जो माइक्रोबियल एक्टिविटी जो इफेक्ट पड़ता है, जो लोकल फार्मर है उससे अवेयर है। मतलब
हम्म।
ही डोंट थिंक व्हाट इज द डिमेरिट टू
हम्म।
बर्निंग ए बर्निंग
पेडी स्ट्रो।
ए पैडी स्ट्रॉ इन आवर फील्ड।
जी।
तो इसकी वजह से बहुत नुकसान हो जा रहा है, क्योंकि मैं खुद एमएससी जी सॉयल साइंस का स्टूडेंट रहा हूँ मैं।
वेरी
तो
गुड।
बट मैं अपने घर पे इसको नहीं एप्लीकेबल करवा पाता हूँ। इफ आई टॉक टू माय फादर कि वी यूज दैट टाइप ऑफ थिंग्स, ही सेड नो, इट्स नॉट ए गुड आइडिया। सो इट्स वेरी डिफिकल्ट टू
हाँ, यस यस
मैनेज
यस,
पीपल।
ये सही कह रहे हो आप, घर की मुर्गी दाल बराबर। तो वो
यस
फादर साहब को लगेगा कि भाई ये पढ़ लिख के क्या हो गया, हमें ही समझा रहा है, लेकिन ये जो प्रैक्टिस है इन
जी
हरियाणा
सर।
एंड पंजाब, दिस टाइम वी आर, दिस इज वेरी गुड प्रैक्टिस, इनकॉर्पोरेशन ऑफ रेजिड्यू बाय सुपर सीडर। और इस साल जैसे वी टॉक ऑफ कुरुक्षेत्र डिस्ट्रिक्ट ऑफ हरियाणा, लास्ट ईयर 160 cases of burning paddy straw were there reported, and this time only 8 cases. So awareness is increasing, and we can use that
यस सर,
straw.
यस।
We can use chopped straw also, or we can incorporate directly. It depends on the next crop. So we can optimize these things in our field, in our area, and day by day our farmers, they will be aware.
Okay, thank you, Rakshap. So we have one more question from Ankit Malhotra, and he is the PG student from Soil Science Department of Punjab Agriculture University, and its question is like there is a scheme Bharatiya Prakritik Paddhati initiative under PKVY scheme. So can be this initiative used by farmers to do natural farming, or is there any specific initiative for the promotion of natural farming?
Yeah. Earlier it was this Parampragat Krishi Vikas Yojana, PKRY. And now this mission is National Mission on Natural Farming, NF. So actually this is the extended version of this Parampragat Krishi Vikas Yojana. And now this time we are having 2,481 crores specifically for trainings and this workshops, conferences, and even this IIFSR Bodhipuram, they are giving research projects related to natural farming. Yeah.
ओके, थैंक यू डॉक्टर साहब। और मैं कैंडिडेट्स को बताना चाहूंगा कि जैसे कल हमने जो क्वेश्चन पूछा था कि हाउ मच बजट इज एलोकेटेड टू द नेचुरल फार्मिंग, ये आपके फीडबैक फॉर्म में उसमें हमने मेंशन किया था, और आज डॉक्टर साहब ने 2 बार बताया है। ही हैव मेंशन ट्वाइस दैट 2481 crores are allocated for the natural farming. So you should be aware about all these things, right? Being agriculture student or being interested in the agriculture, so it is a very good thing to know the states. So now moving ahead, we have one more question from Parveena. Does Jivamrit and Panchagavya have same effectiveness on soil in natural farming? Generally, while recommending to farmers, we recommend Jivamrit, not Panchagavya. So please emphasize on this, sir.
Actually, the composition of Jivamrit and Panchagavya is different. The load of microbes is also different. And if we talk about the cost of Panchagavya, that is much more in comparison to Jivamrit. That's why in natural farming we prefer Jivamrit, because we are using ghee, we are using milk, and Panchagavya, So because of the cost factors and the difference in microbiome of this Jivamrit and Panchagavya, so normally they can compare also. If they are the students, they can conduct experiment also on a research farm, that in 1 acre they are using Jivamrit and 1 acre they are using Panchagavya. So they will see the difference.
Okay, sir. One UG student,
Yes, please, Dr. Vijay.
Simitanya. Sir, Simitanya asked question, can you briefly explain the procedure and factors for analysis in metagenomics? What are the indicators used?
Yeah, all in all, the thing is, if we are noting that different type of activities like biological nitrogen fixation is there, biosurfactant production is there, acc-tamine is there, and this siderophore production is there. All activities are there. But if we are growing these microorganisms in a particular culture media, we are not able to grow them. We see on petri plate there is no growth, but in soil that activity is done by microorganisms. It means there is some unknown type of microorganism. In that case, we take soil samples and we go for extraction of DNA. We extract all type of DNA, and then we go for restriction digestion and different molecular biology techniques, different genes we can isolate, and we can check their activities. So in that way, metagenomic approach means directly we are handling the DNA, not the microorganisms. So the approach is being followed because most of the microorganisms, they are not cultivable. That's why we are going for metagenomics.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
One more question from Rohita, Telangana. He asked the difference between microbes in natural farming and the microbes in organic farming, along with their activities.
Yeah. Actually, in natural farming, we are using limited resources. We are using Jivamrit, Ghanjivamrit in very limited amount. But in case of organic farming, we are using bulky manures. So there is a lot of substrates, all type of microorganisms you can see, even pathogens, even those microorganisms which are not useful, even those microorganisms which are not biological nitrogen fixers. So because of use of bulky manures, Second thing is we are using vermicompost also in case of organic farming, but in case of natural farming, we are not preferring vermicompost because we are using these native earthworms. We are taking the ecological services of earthworms, but in that case, we are directly putting this vermicompost. Third thing is in case of natural farming, on farm bioformulations. The farmers he is preparing all the formulations on farm, so the input cost is zero almost. That's why earlier its name was zero budget natural farming. So Honorable this Subhas Palekar ji, he used zero budget natural farming also. But in this case, in organic farming, the inputs like neem related products, neem cakes, etc., the farmers they are purchasing from the market. So it's increasing the input cost. So there are difference between microorganisms of natural farming, because in natural farming biogeochemical cycling is proper. There is no excess substrate. There is no dominancy of one type of microorganisms. But in case of organic farming, you will see proper biogeochemical cycling is not there. Dominancy of a particular microorganism may be there. Maybe a pathogen is it's multiplying at very high rate because substrate is there, food is there, and it's going on multiplication and multiplication. So there are differences in the microbiota of natural farming farm and organic farming farm. You can see by metagenomic approach, or even this cultivating on culture media also.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Saab. So now we
Okay,
have
thank.
Swarnim Bharti. So please unmute and ask your query.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
I'm from Schwartz, Prayagraj. Right now, I've been doing my master's from agronomy. My question is, if we were willingly introducing microbes, that beneficial microbes in field, so does it count in natural farming?
Yeah, because they are existing in this soil. We are taking the soil from that field only. So they have fully adapted. Second thing is we are using this cow dung microorganisms. So
No,
in
sir. Those which we used to purchase those Pseudomonas fluorescens, Trichoderma, these stuff.
no, no, only few microorganisms we are adding. So that is not a natural farming. And only few strains, like if we use Trichoderma, Mycorrhiza, Pseudomonas, or Rhizobium, Bradyrhizobium from outside, it's not natural farming. Because when we are using natural this Jivamrit having many more type of microorganisms, more than 1 lakh types, even cultivable, non-cultivable. But in that case, if we are using biofertilizers, only few types like Rhizobium, red Rhizobium, Azotobacter, Azospirillum, Pseudomonas, Bacillus, only very few. So
The
if we talk of,
naturally occurring bacteria.
yeah, naturally occurring, but you will see their count. They are not able to survive longer, and the competition is there. And only few types of few properties, plant growth promoting properties will be covered by these. Not all properties, but we have to make proper biogeochemical cycling. We have to make microclimate that can be created using Jivamrit only.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Saab. Now we have Sakshi. Please unmute and ask your query. साक्षी आप अपना सवाल पूछ सकते हैं. ओके, जब तक साक्षी अपना ओके प्लीज.
गुड इवनिंग सर.
गुड इवनिंग. प्लीज आप क्वेश्चन बोलिए.
सर मेरा क्वेश्चन ये है कि सर जैसे कि जानते हैं हम लोग कि अर्थवर्म का जो नंबर है सॉइल में वो डे बाय डे डिक्रीज करते जा रहा है. तो सर वर्मी कंपोस्टिंग के लिए हम लोग क्या सब्स्टिट्यूट फार्मर को सजेस्ट कर सकते हैं?
Sakshi, can you please repeat the question?
Yes, sir. Sir, as we all know that the number of earthworm in the soil is continuously decreasing day by day. So instead of sir वर्मी compost as substitute के फॉर्म में सर फार्मर को क्या सजेस्ट कर सकते हैं?
साक्षी बेटा, जिस दिन से आपने नेचुरल फार्मिंग स्टार्ट की, सपोज टुमारो ऑनवर्ड यू आर यूजिंग जीवामृत, घन जीवामृत, दे विल अट्रैक्ट अर्थवॉर्म्स। वो अभी खत्म नहीं हुए हैं, मिट्टी में हैं, उनका नंबर कम है, दे विल मल्टीप्लाई एंड दे विल इंक्रीज देयर नंबर automatically. So if the farmer has started going for natural farming, then you will see there is no problem of earthworm. A huge number of earthworm you will see in this season only. The smell of cow dung, the smell of jivamrit, the smell of ganjivamrit, they will attract these microorganisms as well as earthworms. तो फार्मर्स को हमें सजेस्ट यही करना है कि दे हैव टू फॉलो द कंप्लीट प्रोसीजर ऑफ नेचुरल फार्मिंग।
Thank you so
Yes,
much,
sir.
Daksa. Yes, please, Sakshi.
सर एंड टेम्परेचर का इफेक्ट सर क्या होगा, मतलब
Yes,
सर
temperature effect है. If we are creating microclimate, that is very much favorable for microorganisms. That is very much favorable for this earthworm and other insects which are useful for birds, for our crops. So they are able to tolerate various type of biotic, abiotic stresses also. So natural farming, this is a complete protocol, and it favors the plants, it favors the soil health, and it favors the growth of useful microorganisms as well as earthworms.
Okay, thank you, Daksa. अभी हम जो है 3 सवाल और पूछेंगे लास्ट में, क्योंकि समय बहुत ज्यादा हो गया है।
प्लीज
और
प्लीज कोई बात नहीं।
नेक्स्ट जो क्वेश्चन है, दिस इज फ्रॉम रोहित सिंह फ्रॉम बीएटी बांदा, फर्स्ट ईयर स्टूडेंट। और इनकी क्यूरी है कि जैसे हम बायो फॉर्मुलेशन बना रहे हैं, बीजामृत, घनजीवामृत, इसी तरह से हम कीटनाशक भी बना सकते हैं क्या नेचुरल फार्मिंग के अंदर? जैसे हमें तो पता ही है कि वो 10 और ये नीमास्त्र ब्रह्मास्त्र हम
हाँ
बनाते हैं,
बिल्कुल
तो उसके
बिल्कुल।
ऊपर बच्चा
तो
जानना चाह रहा है, थोड़ा
ये
उसका
हाँ,
ध्यान देना।
या बेसिकली दिस ब्रह्मास्त्र, सोंठास्त्र, खट्टी लस्सी एंड दिस ब्रह्मास्त्र, these are also they also control insects। कीटनाशक, कीटनाशक का भी काम करते हैं ये।
जी डॉक्टर साहब। और
उनके जो
एक,
अंडे हैं, उनके जो लार्वा हैं, उसको डैमेज कर देते हैं ये। तो इसमें जब बच्चे ट्रेनिंग लेंगे प्रॉपर तरीके से, तो वो देखेंगे कि फॉर एवरीथिंग, टू कंट्रोल एवरी प्रॉब्लम, देयर इज सॉल्यूशन इन नेचुरल फार्मिंग।
जी डॉक्टर साहब, थैंक यू। और एक जो बिलाल अहमद जी, उनका एक और फिर से क्वेश्चन आया कि जैसे आपने फोकस किया कि क्लॉकवाइज डायरेक्शन में वी हैव टू रोटेट द बायो फॉर्मुलेशन वी आर मेकिंग, सो व्हाई नॉट एंटी क्लॉकवाइज, व्हाई ओनली क्लॉकवाइज, व्हाट इज द
टू
साइंस
जस्ट
बिहाइंड
अवॉइड,
दिस?
yeah, to just avoid the confusion, the thing is to rotate in a particular direction, क्योंकि from bottom up to the top, the nutrients they are circulating if we are rotating in a particular direction. Otherwise, if we are using this direction, then this direction, this direction, so normally the nutrients from the bottom, they are not coming up to the top level. That's why, just to avoid the confusion whether in the morning it was clockwise or anti-clockwise, so just only one thing, that is clockwise, use clockwise।
ओके। और डॉक्टर साहब, ये गौरव शुक्ला जी हैं, ये पूछना चाह रहे, जैसे आपकी एक्सपर्टीज है चिकपी पे, आपने एक प्रेजेंटेशन भी जो बीच में थी कि चने की फसल में रूट विल्ट को कैसे रोक सकते हैं नेचुरल फार्मिंग के अंदर?
चने की फसल में जैसे जो जो विल्ट आती है, ये माइक्रोब्स की वजह से आती है, पैथोजेंस की वजह से आती है। जब आप जीवामृत, घन जीवामृत यूज करते हैं, तो बायो कंट्रोल एक्टिविटीज से ही ये ऑटोमेटिकली कंट्रोल हो जाती है, और चने के अंदर ये प्रॉब्लम नहीं आती जब आप नेचुरल फार्मिंग कर रहे हो। आपने एक सीजन नेचुरल फार्मिंग किया है, जैसे आपने जो खरीफ है नेचुरल फार्मिंग में ली है, तो ये रबी है, उसके बाद ये आप लगाएंगे, तो उसके अंदर आपको ये प्रॉब्लम नहीं मिलेगी।
और डॉक्टर साहब, आज का जो लास्ट क्वेश्चन हमारा ये रहेगा कि एक तो आप जो बच्चे पूछ रहे हैं कि जो जीवामृत है, घन जीवामृत है, इनका एप्लीकेशन कैसे करना है, कि भाई फोलियर स्प्रे है या फिर जो है फर्टिगेशन करना है। और दूसरा
वेरी
जो
गुड।
बहुत अच्छा सवाल जो है एसक्यूएसटी से साई कुणाल जी ने पूछा है कि हमारे जो प्रोडक्ट हम बनाते हैं, जो कि मैंने मतलब प्रोडक्शन हो रहा है ऑर्गेनिक फार्मिंग में, और दूसरा प्रोडक्शन हो रहा है नेचुरल फार्मिंग, उनके बीच में डिफरेंस क्या है? और किस तरीके से जो ये एनवायरनमेंट के लिए पर्सपेक्टिव में, या फिर जो कंजप्शन पर्सपेक्टिव में, किस तरह से किसानों के लिए या फिर सभी के लिए बेनिफिशियल है, और किस तरह से हम मोटिवेट भी कर सकते हैं और स्वस्थ भी रह सकते हैं? तो इसके ऊपर थोड़ा सा लास्ट में जो आप प्रकाश डालेंगे प्लीज।
Very good. The first thing is application of Jivamrit. We can use this Jivamrit along with irrigation scheduling. drop by drop, just have one tap with a drum and put in the corner of that particular acre or that particular land, and along with the irrigation. Second, we can go for spray also. So the purpose is just to these microorganisms we have to spread in the whole land or whole area or whole acre or whole hectare. If we are using this Ganjivamrit, if soil is okay, then 2 quintal is 200 kg is okay. And if the nutritional status of soil is poor, then we can use up to 10 quintal also in 5 different split doses at the interval of 15 to 20 days.
और दूसरा डॉक्टर साहब ये कि किस तरह से कंज्यूमर पर्सपेक्टिव में और जो है प्रोडक्शन पर्सपेक्टिव में किस तरह से ऑर्गेनिक नेचर
If
के
we
जो
if we compare the quality of this natural farming produce and organic farming produce, there is no residue in organic farming and there is no residue in natural farming produce. But if the exact quality, if we see, the quality of natural farming produce is better in comparison to organic farming, because in organic farming, if the substrate is more, then the pathogens are more. So maybe some deficiency of some nutrients, micronutrients has been recorded. So because of deficiency of these micronutrients, and there is no formation of microclimate also. But in case of natural farming, microclimate formation is there, and there is no deficiency of micronutrients. That's why the quality of the produce of natural farming is better than organic farming. But in case of organic and natural farming, there is no residue because we are not using any poison.
Okay, thank you so much, Daksa, for detailed answer of the queries. And अभी मैं candidates को बताना चाहूँगा participants को that you will be having the feedback and attendance link posted into the same meeting, and it will not be posted in the WhatsApp groups, क्योंकि बहुत सारे बच्चे जो है यहाँ ज्वाइन करते हैं, उन्हीं को वो मिलना चाहिए। वहाँ जो व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप में तो बहुत सारे बच्चे हैं ना, वो ज्वाइन करते नहीं है, फिर उनका जो अटेंडेंस भी नहीं होगा, फिर उनको सर्टिफिकेशन भी नहीं होगा, एग्जाम भी नहीं होगा। और आपने देखा होगा डॉक्टर साहब की बहुत सारे बच्चे जो क्वेश्चंस पूछे हैं उन्होंने और पूछना भी चाह रहे हैं, और अभी भी हमारे पास में बहुत सारे क्वेश्चन आ रखे हैं, लेकिन वो कुछ कॉमन क्वेश्चन हमने आपसे पूछे हैं जो मोस्ट इंपोर्टेंट भी हैं। और फ्यूचर में इन इफ यू हैव मोर क्यूरीज इन फ्यूचर, द पार्टिसिपेंट्स कैन सेंड द क्यूरीज into the Google form that we have posted. Okay, and now I ask Dr. Vijay to please conclude the session. Thank you so much, Dr.
Thank you.
Dr. Vijay or Mr. Rohit, please take over the session.
Thank you, sir, for your valuable and informative session. On behalf of our organizing committee and organizing team, I sincerely thank our respected dignitaries, trainers, and all the participants, and mainly the respected speaker for your spending your valuable time in for us for our informative session. I thank you all. And tomorrow the same session will be at 6 p.m. The attendance is mandatory, so everyone be on time and. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you everyone.
Thank you, Dr. Sahab.
Thank
And
you, sir.
participants, thank you, Dr. Sahab. Thank you for coming and blessing our audience. And we will have such more sessions in the future also. And we will reach out to the more people with your help and your guidance and your blessings. So thank you so much, Dr. Sahab. And thanks to everyone. And participants can fill this form. You can copy and paste it and you can fill it. It will be open up to 9 only. Okay. So thank you so much. Have a good day. Jai Hind.
Thank you. Good night.